afternoon, everyone, and I welcome you all to Bennovate Spark Tank 2022. So, Spark Tank is our where founders meet funders, a week-long competition where we have 8 teams pitching today out of 200 teams that sent us presentations from all over India. We even had submissions from other countries like UK, but we couldn't accommodate them because of travel. So, but let's go. We have people from all over India pitching today, and introducing the jury today on panel, we have Mr. Mahir Sudhu, who is an industry professional with investment experience of more than 20 years in private equity and venture capital. He is the founder and chief mentor at Venture Gurukul. Under his leadership, Venture Gurukul has become one of the top early-stage investors and mentoring platforms in India. He co-founded Smart Interactive Technologies, which is among the leading internet groups in India and Southeast Asia. At Smile, Sir has helped build and escalate many early-age startups and ventures with very rewarding exits to strategic players like WPP, Yahoo, Dentsu, Facebook, etc. And the ventures have investments from marquee investors like Sequoia Capital, TSP Global, etc. He has led private equity investments at Brand Capital of Times of India and structured finance across various businesses in the growth and expansion phase. Introducing the next person in the panel, we have Ms. Natasha from the MD at Entrepreneurship Capital. Ma'am has co-founded Entrepreneurship Capital to have an opportunity to drive innovation and help create world-class transformative businesses which create value for the investors. She co-founded Venture Gurukul, an early-age startup proprietary investment vehicle. She's a director at Bombay Stock Exchange, listed Electoral Finance, providing the board with strategic insights on VC investments in India. At Electoral, she's a member of the Audit Committee, Remuneration and Appointments Committee, and Stakeholder Relationship Committee. Prior to that, she was an entrepreneur investments at IndiaPetrochem.com, wherein she successfully built and launched India's first market intelligence platform for petrochemical and chemical within short duration. The next person in the panel is Mr. Vidishta. He is a co-founder of Exchange. We have three lines. So, Spark Tank will entail 5 minutes of pitching and 5 minutes of Q&A. At 5 minutes of pitching,
for the agriculture waste, which will be collecting and converting into biochar. And biochar is our carbon technology. we have onshore CDR. So along the shore, we have mangrove ecosystem protection and restoration solutions. So this comes under blue carbon. And at G20 summit, we have our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, along with other world leaders, planted mangrove saplings in Bali. So this is called the Godavari and Krishna mangrove ecosystem, which is the fifth largest mangrove ecosystem around the world. So we will be restoring mangrove forest, which comes under blue carbon. Under our green wall initiative, we plan to plant nearly 1 lakh mangrove plants by July 26, 2023, which is the International Day of Mangrove Conservation. And these are the benefits of mangrove. And that is our solution here. And coming to our final solution, we are developing offshore CDR based on macroalgae and microalgae CDR, which is based on boosting the biological carbon forms that have been happening on this planet for billions of years. So these are the features of our offshore CDR system, and that will be deployed here. So you can see we are developing a network of natural CDR solutions, and also we are developing other sustainable solutions within our organization to fight climate crisis. Coming to our unique value proposition, apart from the development of ocean-based CDR solutions, we are also developing sustainable solutions to fight climate crisis, as well as protecting and restoring ecosystems around us. Now coming to the market validation, our target market is carbon removal market. So for every ton of CO2 captured and removed, we generate a carbon removal credit, which is our monetary end product. And demand for carbon removals is generated by individuals, organizations, companies, industries, and subnational government. And it is a billion-dollar industry which is demanding global attention. And these are the news articles demonstrating that the carbon removal industry is going to be a key industry in fighting against climate change. And coming to market analysis, the carbon removal industry is projected to scale up by 100 times by 2050. And currently it is having a huge problem because the demand is in gross disproportion with the available supply. And this is a billion-dollar industry that we plan to capture within India. Coming to the business model, current price for each offset at infill curve is around $180 per ton, and as we scale up, it is projected to fall to around $60 per ton. And for a primitive plant, where we can sequester 1,000 tons of CO2, we generate a revenue of $180,000. And as we scale up, we increase our impact as well as our revenue. And these are the features of our carbon removal grades. They are safe and permanent, natural and cost effective, flexible and scalable. Coming to our go-to-market strategy, we build and perform CDR, then we verify and sell our carbon removal credits, and we scale up our systems. Our current strategy is to approach direct early customer purchases such as Frontier, who are giving $500,000 of pre-purchase agreements. And as we scale up, we want to approach Puro Earth, which is a carbon removal marketplace that will be paying us our carbon removal credit value. And in the future, Indian corporate ecosystem is getting ready to be untapped and is currently unexplored. And this is our business model canvas. Coming to the competitive landscape, we are developing carbon dioxide removal solutions which are at lower cost but with higher impact because we are developing and enhancing natural solutions. So this is our unique selling point against our deep competitor analysis. And in the realistic success scenario, we could be on the top 15 CDR. In a best case scenario, we could be the global leader. And in the worst case scenario, we will be a local platform within India that will be promoting climate tech solutions. Currently, we are developing our MVP, and we plan to launch a pilot plant in next year and a plant later year. And these are our achievements that we have achieved. Currently, we completed our proof of concept in the early stage of this year and currently developing the MVP. In the pilot stage, we plan to remove 180 tons of CO2 per year. So, starting from 2024, we plan to remove 1,000 tons of CO2, and by 2050, we plan to reach 1 billion tons of CO2 per year with all our solutions we are developing at
how did you think of doing this? Because you're a mechanical engineer.
Actually, we are one of the directly affected people because my entire village and my home is just 1 kilometer away from the sea. And due to sea level rise, we might lose our home into the sea soon. So we are starting to face this problem and we searched out to find solution. And after 1 year of research, we came to this way.
But how do you scale up? Because you're saying that you're going to be working on mangroves, right? That's where you make your company. Right?
Actually, we are developing a network of solutions. Yeah. So currently, this region is our home location. We want to expand it, and even within that region, we can generate, build a biomass of nearly 1 million tons of CO2 removal. And in sufficient locations around the world, we want to scale up our solution where there is necessity for carbon dioxide removal. And as climate awareness is growing, there is need for carbon dioxide removal in the coming years.
How much investment is required to actually get to your product?
Yes, sir. So since we are developing two main solutions, that is offshore solution as well as the onshore solution, these two solutions we need to develop our technology. We completed project, we are in the prototyping stage and we want to go to pilot stage. For that we are requiring $60,000.
So you need $60,000 for every ton of carbon dioxide which you remove from the environment.
Yes, sir.
What is the investment required?
For every ton, it is costing, as I mentioned, $180 per ton. That is the cost we are requiring to do that task. And that cost will be bought by the companies and all for them to reach their net zero goal.
You're saying you need $180 per ton of carbon dioxide removed from the environment.
Yes.
So, and your target is how much in terms of carbon dioxide removal in the next in a year, right? In the third year of your operation, let's assume that, right? What is your target of removing carbon dioxide from the environment? What's your target?
Okay, sir. As I mentioned, next year we want to launch a pilot plant of 180 tons of removal. Yeah. And by 2024, we want to scale up to 1,000 tons of removal. So we want to approach our marketplaces as well as direct customer purchases. Later, as they will be giving pre-purchase agreements initial of $500,000. Then they will take offtakes from us. Continuously, they will be purchasing the carbon removal rate. So with them, we will be growing our venture. And also, in our go-to-market strategy, as we generate the revenue, we will be scaling up our system. Because as we scale up, we will be generating more revenue and more impact from our carbon dioxide removal solution.
So what your target is basically corporates who want to buy the carbon credits. How profitable is going to be the industry by 7 years of your operation?
So the main thing is, in order for it to be more profitable, it needs to scale more. So if you are saving like millions of carbon removal, so the profitability will be more than compared to like 1,000 carbon removal sales. So that's why we need to scale up, sir. And also, as you can see here, this is a company called Stripe Alphabet. All they collaborated to form an organization called Frontier, and they are spending $1 billion within this decade to spend on carbon removal. So we are going to give the money on large scale, and we need to scale up to that level. Currently, there is no scale to reach that level, and we are trying to grow to that level with our venture.
What are the barriers of entry into anyone else like you coming and doing this carbon removal? Because it's going to be a big industry, I understand that. What are the differentiators or what kind of modes you build around your?
For the nearshore CDR and also the onshore CDR, it is based on the location because the Godavari and Krishna River deltas are the fifth largest ecosystem. So those solutions are native. From there, we will scale up to other regions where it is necessary. But our offshore CDR, it can be deployed offshore in suitable locations around the world. So it can be scaled up easily when we got a permit.
$60,000 will take you where?
To complete the pilot stage and get our early revenue.
So you get revenue by 60,000, investing $60,000.
We will validate and we will complete the prototyping and go to the pilot stage.
So what is the next stage of your require? How much will you require after the?
So from there we want to scale up to as I was shown here. We need to scale up in those regions to scale up our operations for biochar production. So biochar will be giving us a standard revenue, and our offshore will be scaling up our revenue like a profitable way. So we need to scale up our locations to in the given region. So for that we need to
beyond the seed round, when would you need the next round of investment? Would be how much? How much are you looking for after that 60,000?
After the seed round,
Yes.
after the seed round, we want to scale up to European Union, where there is a demand for climate tech.
I understand where you want to go, but I want to understand how much capital would be required after the seed round. Let it be pre-seed, whatever you want to call it. But $60,000 is not going to last very long. Once you have done your proof of concept. So what's your next round? How much money will you raise after that?
So for pre-seed around $60,000. Now we are looking to 5 to 10 CR, and for post seed round, we get 3 series here. For that, we are looking in the order of 10 to 12 million, and post that, we will be looking for series here, that is in the order of 30 to 40 million dollars. So we will be scaling up based on scaling up operations only.
So this is a very noble thought that you want to save the planet and primarily being impacted by global warming. But I have a question. India is not part of like Kyoto Protocol didn't get extended beyond 2012, and India was producing CERs, carbon emission reduction units prior to that. What units would they be? Because they are voluntary units, which are part of different trading schemes in Europe. Australia launched one, they rolled it back. Possibly, US has some states which are launching some emission trading mechanism. Which jurisdiction does this come under? Is it voluntary units or they are like involuntary units which corporates are looking to just offset, which are not priced much?
So this there are, as you mentioned, there are 3 types of credit system. The cap and trade system that is maintained by the government bodies. The second one is carbon offsets, that is voluntary, and the third one this is carbon removal. This is started to evolve because this is based on impact, and only few marketplaces and key players are doing that. It is in the starting stage. As you mentioned, this carbon offsets, 90% of the carbon offsets are not impactful because verified in a study. So mostly it is based on the verification partners like Climate Action Reserve and Vera. These platforms will be verifying the project developers.
So they are voluntary units.
Yes, sir. Yes.
But your cost of making 1 unit of carbon emission reduction, which you do, is $180. I don't even think even the emission trading schemes will ever price carbon at that volume, that unit price of $180. It's really very high. So how do you think this is going to be sustainable in the long run? Because sustainability is the key, right? So you're looking at being sustainable. So how do you think this will work out?
Because more than carbon offsets, like avoiding emissions, they are actually removing emissions. And compared to our competitors, the carpet is the industry leader, but it is having a price of $1,200 per ton. And it is the industry leader. And they are scaling up and they recently raised the valuation of $600 million of investment. So they have the highest price, but still they are scaling up because the solution is sustainable. And they are projecting that by 2050 it will scale up to $150. And by 2050 we will be in order of $30 to $60.
But still, I feel that's not a very sustainable price to, if you're looking at being able to be self-sustainable without investor funding, then it doesn't really make sense in the long run. So that's what I was heading towards.
So, right now, how many competitors?
Currently, in the carbon removal space, there are like 15 to 20 companies who are generating revenue based on this. Currently, they selected 12 startups, and next year they're going to select the next round of 6 startups, and we want to apply for that. So that
Can you show me the competition?
This is regarding the futures of our competitors. How we have unique selling point against our key competitors. And these are all the companies we are having in the carbon removal space. And we have Charm Industrial and Carbon. These are all companies that are actually removing carbon. And next level we have the carbon direct air capture companies, capturing carbon from the direct air. That was the second round. And on the final round we have carbon capture utilization and storage. So they use the carbon dioxide for other applications like enhanced oil recovery. They are applying for those technologies, but they are not carbon negative. They are working on carbon negative. We don't want carbon neutral, but we need carbon negative. That's what we are working on.
easy $60,000. No? So when you're going to raise your next round?
In the Q3 of 2023, from that time, after generating the pre-budget agreement from India, from that stage to the Q2 of 2024, we planning to raise the next. And finally, I want to conclude that we are not only focusing to generate revenue, we want to generate impact in our country.
How much everybody in the commitments until now?
Yes, so we spent up to 3 lakhs.
No, not spent. Everybody in the commitment from any investor until now?
Till now, we have
Is the first time are you pitching or you have?
I have pitched about direct investment.
No one has yet given you a commitment.
Actually, we didn't go investor pitching till now. This is the first.
Okay, thank you. All the best.
Thank you. Thank you.
They have developed but these guys don't have. Recently, a company came from they are in this carbon. I don't remember that. SME वाले segment में most of the
We'll start with the next presentation, which is by Tech Action.
A very warm good afternoon to everyone. Imagine a situation. You are riding your brand new EV, and just before reaching to Bennett University, 3 kilometers before, your EV has run out of fuel. And the next recharging station is 3 kilometers away. What are you doing? Hello, my name is Sarah Adarsh. I'm Director of Tech at UK OTC Private Limited, and here I am going to propose my proposal of lightweight thermoelectric generator as an on-site and on-demand power charging source for you. What I just mentioned was the tip of the iceberg. The problem is much deeper. When we are working on EVs, we have shifted from petroleum and we are shifting it to EVs, but the carbon credits what we are doing has not gone down. If you just wait for an additional battery, it won't help you out. It's a weight sensitive industry. Not only that, the lithium ion extraction, that process is very carbon intensive. No infrastructure can cater this demand of on-site and on-demand supply. Other than that, it's just a toy car for mechanics. Moving further to my solution, we have to look what is actually the opportunity here. Do we have an opportunity? It's a $206 billion industry in India till 2030. even if 1% of that is traceable, just 1%, it's a very good mark. Talking about the opportunities, if the X amount of that particular solution which I'm going to propose, if I can tap it in a way, these three are the ways I can tap it in a business model: subscription based, technology and out-licensing, and B2B channel. Seems like curiosity is increasing of what is the actual solution for it. The customers will be definitely the EV users, the EV battery manufacturers, and EV suppliers, EVSC providers. The value proposition is, when you are riding this car having this EV battery, the battery gets heated. What if you can reclaim that waste heat? Sounds very, very like a thing of daily day, but yes, there is a probability. A novel concept of hybrid energy source just from that overheating of the battery. This will not only reduce the carbon footprints, but will actually make sense that range anxiety will go away. We can have on-site on-demand power. Let me take you back to those old school days when we have that old engines. We already have seen those models when Stirling engines were used to be there. When they were heated, we used to drive the engine car. But why that was a failure? BMW tried that, but it was not a very successful thing because they were used for driving the powertrain, which is not a good idea, not a physical solution. What if around the battery we jack it around with miniaturized heat engines and convert that power when the car is in riding state? Here is the proposed technology. Just have a look here. It's a visualization. Those miniaturized engines, they are jacketed around the battery and will be placed in a battery pack just like that, as you can see towards the right. That is jacketed. One side that will be the key hot area where the battery heating has taken place, and the other side will be having the coolant which we already have in our cars. That can give you extra power which can be stored in the traction battery. To make it more visualizing domain in a 3D car model, have a look here. When we have this EV car battery, here the jacketing of this LTG system can give a great impact in storing some extra. How can we use it on site? Here comes the thing. When I'm claiming that this low grade heat can be converted into the electrical energy, this low grade heat can be generated from hand warmers, which is already existing in the market with commercial names like hot hand or something in the cold countries. These are just solid materials, just expose it to air, they will give you heat and can let this engine to work. Some technical details are here. I can share it whenever if you're interested to share all those details. The competition, yes, we have competition in AT systems, we have RT systems. The players are well known, they have very good distribution channels, they have market share, access, high accessibility. But what we have, that is the comparison what my proposed system and the other systems are. Obviously, the efficiency matters. Yes, the efficiency of this proposed system can be taken up to 40%. Well-researched papers are there which are suggesting such efficiency. Raw material cost will be low. On-demand on-site power supply is not there with the RPA system or EV systems. And definitely EV range extension, which I am seeing. Suppose that 3 kilometer distance, if that system is there in your car, you just get the same source to get to the next charging station. As it is said, the teamwork does the dreamwork. It is my team who is always supporting me in whatever I plan, because as a research science, I'm really thinking sometimes crazy stuff, but yes, they are there to make my vision successful. And I'm always supported by my mentor, who is always an external support from me, Dr. Anajaya Rai. She's a pilot and she has got awards from PhD and many other prestigious awards. I asked for this prototype development as 60 lakhs. The cost breakup of all the equipment in the realistic pricing company. That's all. Our aim is to have a green economy where people can breathe the good and the right. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Tarun, but I think I'm out of it. I don't believe in EVs. I'm a great supporter of hydrogen.
Hydrogen.
Yes, I think the long-term perspective, I think hydrogen is going to overtake EV. EV has just too many issues around it. One of the issues is addressing actually a very small issue around EV. Right?
Yes.
And there are all kinds of technologies being talked about.
Yes.
How to increase the life of
But
it. How to dispose of the battery. All kinds of issues around EV.
So many.
So I think I'm going to bet behind hydrogen. Sorry, I'm
Yes. This is the battery technology. Do you have any IPs in that, or you're just sort of taking the external heat which is generated from the battery and just with the IP on that?
The model design of miniaturized heat engines embedded in a unit. Around this, how it will be fabricated around the battery, where the hot overheating of the battery can be used and converted to the electricity in the traction battery.
And have you done like a proof of concept?
Yes, we have talked to the experts of Korea Electric. They have validated yes, it can be possible, and they will start working on it.
So I think if we look at something from an investment standpoint, then we like to see a product as this novel.
I understand that is the concern like for developing that. I will think.
And there would be a lot of R&D centers or labs which we could work with them on.
Yes,
that could develop something. Or even a professor whose lab you're working with, or it's sponsored by some of the big corporates as well. They do a lot of R&D, some collaboration on that front. We have a lot of confidence.
Yeah, you also
financial investors like that.
Yes, we have talked with them, and like Korea Electric, I have talked from them, and now we are just working on the possibilities whatever we do there. But we also want that from our end, if we can develop that prototype with some support, like initial support, and then showcase it, like that can be a possibility. And not only the application is in EV, there are so many other use cases which can be having. It's an on-site on-demand supply, which is right now the heat problem is very much problematic in increasing the global temperature. How can we tap that? Why only EVs? Why we restrict ourselves to the EVs? If this thing is working, we can wrap it around to anything which is generating overheat, like what has overheating issues. ACs. That can lead to very good user case. But for future developments, definitely if we can get some initial support, that would be of a great use to our team.
Yeah, I think it's a bit early for institutional investors like ourselves. So
another bet can be like, for example, in hydrogen.
Even without like any prototype or anything, or even a strong knowledge partner, like a big corporate or
like if we are talking about big corporate partner, and we've been truly investing into R&D because in big structures, big corporates, things take a lot of time to even like pass one knowledge or R&D. They are very slow in that. That's how if you have like EV companies, all are working on similar motorcycles, but no innovation in how to retain the energy maximum impact. That's the main thing. For that, startups like us who are not on there and like have some background of like all this R&D work and some technical team, they can only work with this demand. That's the only thing I can say.
Sorry, I don't invest in.
Okay.
But I have a suggestion for you. You should participate in government forms.
Yeah, that's right.
We are startup industry.
Sure. So we are some BST supported incubator, which you can give to grants.
Because that will be the best for you. Instead of approaching investors, you should go there.
Thank you.
Do you do long run? Long run.
So I'm not covered.
There is CBC, there are manufacturing.
Okay.
Research. So you can check it out. Somewhere they can support you to complete your art. They are also support the best countries. We are in collaboration with them. We are also because like others like people have the technical knowledge, but we are utilizing their research. So their founders are
Sure. That would be a great plan.
Have you applied for startup in the recommendation?
Yes. So I would like to tell you, this is my third project. The first project is a preventive.
Talking about this project.
For this one, like we have just integrated into this prototype networking stage, and it is taking.
You should apply. You should apply and go for the schemes.
Sure.
And this is your third project or your third venture?
No, sir. Project. My project is this one. It is the EMS, cleaner technology, and preventive healthcare of your heart and lung. The first project is Annie's coronavirus. We have this prototype range, which we are going to keep in the market in 10 to 15 days. And the other project is Halta system, which is tracking your heart and lung parameters just by voice an R&D team, so definitely the project pipeline will carry on, and all these are well discussed with experts. Right? Just one thing I would say, hydrogen, so you mentioned, there are so many issues with hydrogen as well. Like if that would be a thing you can just take out, there is a lot of work happening. This itself has so much carbon contribution to the environment. That's a bit like you can think of something like that.
Yeah, I think one needs to follow what the auto industry has followed.
I can understand.
Because there has been a EV. The Japanese auto industry is banking on hydrogen. Not even heard of Toyota or Nissan coming with EVs. Right? So the entire Japanese auto industry is working towards creating hydrogen as the fuel rather than as EV or battery as something that you drive on in the future. Right?
So each company is working.
I think all these will have issues. So like you have an R&D setup. I appreciate people like you who have an R&D setup and doing various knowledge based on a couple of things which I mentioned. So ideally we should be an R&D organization, right? And there are different kind of investors who put money behind it. Right? So we are venture capitalists. We put money behind a venture, right? Not behind an R&D. Right? So you can call yourself an R&D lab, right? And then you will have grants and even development in foreign institutions backing it. And they write big checks. So you need to actually think of that, how do you structure it? You structure yourself as a R&D powerhouse, which is very badly needed in India. You may have big time, big corporate venture funds, backing it, rather than coming to angel investors or early stage investors.
But I would just add, it could also turn out to be a very good bet. VCs also think of some time, like putting a small amount, because not too much, just a little one, just to showcase, who knows it can be a big thing and can have a good market. That's something I can say. A little bit like this is nothing much in comparison to the other companies, other effects. A little bit can be a very big change.
But the first thing that VCs don't get.
I understand they have a strategy.
I have a understanding. So we are not analysts, right? It's not that we're doing IS. Right? So we back what we think it will give us good returns. Not only to us, right? But to all the stakeholders at large. So my recommendation to you would be a very strong recommendation is that go back and think that how do you want to structure it. You want to go and get grants or capital for every idea, or you want to get an overall capital for your R&D structure. So a lot of corporates will give you money to do specific researches on what their issue is. I think you should go as a R&D institution rather than worry about each and every. Managing commercialization of your idea to someone else.
Yes. Well, our mission is preventive healthcare of artisans along with
whatever you have.
I have a solution for it. First of all, you need to decide if you need to run projects or you need to run business.
Yes, that's what I was.
You know, right now I have 3 projects.
Yes.
So you need to decide if you are asking funding for projects or ventures, because we have come here for ventures, not for projects.
Sure.
I think
all of us. Yes, I can understand. Definitely, sir, we'll consider this as a very good feedback. I think we can contact the government agencies for assessment. But I would say that how we want to function is like a project-based something. So, the first project which is there, unless it will be a big name, like in a D2C market, we won't move to any other thing. That's how we have built it. And since we will be coming soon in the market, within 10 days or something, then it's just in the pipeline. So it's just everything like who has vision, who has trust in our vision, they can
So you are going to launch your POC within 10 days.
No, not this. This is the first product I mentioned. Yes.
So I thought you were going to launch this.
No. If
I
that
mean,
is
ऐसा लगा देता है.
that's why I actually understand.
ये real money gaming operators है ना, पूरे इंडिया के गवर्नमेंट के साथ ही बैठ ले रहे हैं.
Thank you. Like I do guys.
So we have been joined by our fourth judge for the event, which is Mr. Manas Pal. Mr. Manas Pal, who's a co-founder of Bennett Start, assured that with 0 to 1, we aim to provide all entrepreneurs an equal chance to learn and grow, regardless of their background or expertise. At Bennett Start, we are building the startup founders community for passionate founders to enable them with the startup ecosystem by connecting with experienced ex-entrepreneurs, domain experts, successful startup founders, and investors who support them in the startup journey. Requesting you all to please speak in the mics because the audio is not going to be The next team that we have is Idea Research and Development Private Limited.
Thank you so much. My name is Mahendra Singh, and I am co-founder and CEO of Idea Research and Development Private Limited. It's a startup company which was established in August 2021. We are the only company in India who is solely working on designing and development of nano. We are the only company who has successfully designed and developed India's first made in India nano drone, which is recently procured by Indian Armed Forces. So as a startup, what we are doing, we are basically a R&D-based company who is working on UAVs, that stand for unmanned aerial vehicles or drones, and we are integrating artificial intelligence, or I can say futuristic technology with the UAVs. Since we are only dealing in military surveillance industry, drones के जो applications है वो हर जगह पे हैं, लॉजिस्टिक्स से लेके आप कहीं भी देखेंगे, यूनियन फार्मिंग में, फायर फाइटिंग ऑपरेशंस में, हर जगह drones की एप्लीकेशन है. लेकिन हम लोग सिर्फ मिलिट्री सर्वेलेंस को लेके ज़्यादा काम कर रहे हैं. और ड्रोन नो डाउट आने वाले टाइम में फ्यूचर में इवन जो हमारे ऑनरेबल प्राइम मिनिस्टर हैं, उनके भी नए स्पीच में आप ड्रोन का नाम जरूर सुनेंगे. So it's now a very big market for India. So what our vision? Our vision is to become India's leading R&D-based company in military surveillance industry. Sir and ma'am, इंडिया में हम लोग पिछले जो स्टार्टअप एक डेढ़ साल से काम कर रहे हैं, एक बहुत ही चीज है जो बहुत परेशान करती है. Yes. So अभी सबसे ज्यादा कॉमन ट्रेंड ये है कि इंडिया में पार्ट्स लाके असेंबल करके फिर मिलिट्री में सप्लाई होता है बाकी जगह. So what we are doing, we are trying to develop all possible technology in-house. जितनी भी ज्यादा पॉसिबल है उनको in-house develop करें. So ये हमारा विजन है, और विजन के चलते हम, क्योंकि अभी अगर मैं बात करूं मिलिट्री सर्वेलेंस में हार्डवेयर और सॉफ्टवेयर दोनों का इंटीग्रेशन हम लोग कर रहे हैं, तो अभी कोई ऐसा कॉमन प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं है जहां पे दोनों चीजें एक ही प्लेटफॉर्म पे. अगर मुझे हार्डवेयर ड्रोन लेना है तो मैं किसी दूसरी कंपनी के पास जाऊंगा, ठीक है. अगर मुझे सॉफ्टवेयर लेना है तो मुझे किसी दूसरी कंपनी के पास जाना पड़ेगा. तो मेरी डिपेंडेंसी यूजर्स की बहुत है ना, और इससे प्रोजेक्ट भी डिले होता है, और जो कस्टमर को चाहिए वो नहीं मिल पाता. So Idea is the one platform which is offering both in one single platform. So अभी जो एक साल की जर्नी रही है काफी अच्छी रही है हमारी. In August हमारी कंपनी का इनकॉर्पोरेशन हुआ. In September we got the project from Indian Army. Like सिर्फ एक महीने के अंदर we penetrated the most difficult industry in India, that is defense industry. So एक महीने के अंदर हमें इंडियन आर्मी का प्रोजेक्ट मिला. उसके बाद ये प्रोजेक्ट मिला कि कॉन्ट्रैक्ट मिला. सर प्रोजेक्ट मिला था. We were involved as a third party. हम लोग क्योंकि एक साल ना जैम पे भी थे, तो एज ये जो प्रोजेक्ट है ये सब पिछले 11 साल से पेंडिंग था. हम लोगों ने सिर्फ इसको 3 महीने में कंप्लीट किया. और
coming, I will cover all the points. So in April, we got selected as a winner in UP start. There is an event at Sharda University. UP DRDO और उन्होंने organize किया. So हम लोग winner थे. We also got selected in IT Navy Innovation Program. उसके बाद अभी इंडियन नेवी से आईडेक्स चैलेंज करा थी जिसमें इंडिया की टोटल 60 कंपनी ने पार्टिसिपेट किया था. इवन अदानी, टाटा, सारे डिफेंस के प्लेयर्स वहां पे थे. We were in the top 3 in that nano drone category. So हम लोग ऑल इंडिया में top 3 पोजीशन पे थे. और अभी सर इंडियन आर्मी ने रिसेंटली हैकाथॉन कंपटीशन करवाया है जिसमें उन्होंने ड्रोन्स की कैटेगरी के हिसाब से यूजर को बुलाया, स्टार्टअप्स को बुलाया था. यूजर की ये रिक्वायरमेंट है, जो भी कंपनी इस कैटेगरी में आ रही है वो वहां पे डेमोंस्ट्रेट कर सकते हैं. तो नैनो ड्रोन कैटेगरी जो कि रूम इंटरवेंशन वगैरह के लिए वो देख रहे हैं, उसमें आइडिया सिर्फ इंडिया की पहली कंपनी थी और अकेली कंपनी थी जिसने इस प्रोजेक्ट के लिए से क्वालिफाई किया था. सो प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट मैंने पहले बता दिया कि यूजर को सर एक सिंगल प्लेटफॉर्म पे चीजें नहीं मिलती है, डिपेंडेबिलिटी है कहीं ना कहीं और इंडिजिनस सॉल्यूशन नहीं है. तो कॉस्ट फैक्टर बहुत ज्यादा, बहुत महंगे पड़ते हैं उनको सॉल्यूशन. और वही हम लोग कर रहे हैं कि जितनी चीजें पॉसिबल है इंडिया में उनको इंडिया में बनाने का काम कर रहे हैं. सो वी आर फोकसिंग ऑन R&D कि R&D करके हम जितनी भी चीजों को डिजिटाइज करें उनको इंडिया में ही बनाएं. क्योंकि बहुत हो गया वो चाइना के ड्रोन यूज करते हैं. अब टाइम आ गया इंडिया का खुद का ड्रोन होना चाहिए, ड्रोन इकोसिस्टम. So our product innovation, you can see we have 2 drones and 1 flight controller. और ये Root Mark 1 यही सर है जिसकी वजह से आज आइडिया को काफी फेम मिला है. Recently this bird was inducted in Indian Armed Forces. और जो है ये सर पेलोड ड्रॉपिंग ड्रोन है और इसका भी ये यूजर की स्पेसिफिक रिक्वायरमेंट के अकॉर्डिंग हमने बनाया था. So you can see the grenade is mounted on this drone. So we are testing with all the payloads जो भी currently available हैं as per the armed forces requirement. And this is Marut Mark 1 drone के नाम सर जो भी कंट्रोलर्स हैं वो बेसिकली हम चाइना से इंपोर्ट करते हैं. अभी तक इंडिया में कोई कंट्रोलर नहीं बना. So we have successfully designed and developed our first made in India controller Marut Mark 1 जिसका हमने प्रोटोटाइप इसका पेटेंट भी फाइल किया है. करंटली प्रोटोटाइप पूरा हो चुका है, उसको और फिनिश करने के लिए. सो Marut Mark 1 के बारे में अगर मैं बताऊं मैम ये नैनो साइज कैटेगरी का ड्रोन है. अभी ये इस नैनो साइज में 30 मिनट का टाइम देने वाला इंडिया का और वर्ल्ड का पहला ड्रोन है. अभी इसका जो कंपटीशन है वो सीधा यूएस का ब्लैक हॉर्नेट है जो कि इंडियन आर्म फोर्सेस में यूज होता है. एंड इट कॉस्ट अस 1.5 CR and this is idea nano drone. This cost only 2 to 3 lakhs rupees. So जो मार्केट है ड्रोन का वो अभी तक सिर्फ इसकी कंपनी से हैंडल कर रही है. अभी हमने ये इंडियन सॉल्यूशन दिया है जो कि काफी जगह इसको अप्रिशिएट भी किया जाता है. And recently we also showcased this innovation in India's one of the biggest defense exhibition, Air Expo, जो कि इंडियन एशिया का सबसे बड़ा डिफेंस एग्जीबिशन होता है. तो वहाँ पे हमें इंडियन इंडियन जो वेंडर्स थे, इंडियन कस्टमर के साथ जो और भी नेबरिंग कंट्रीज हैं उनसे भी बहुत अच्छा फीडबैक मिला. क्योंकि नैनो ड्रोन कैटेगरी में यूएस के बाद ज्यादा ऑप्शंस हैं नहीं और हमारा जो प्राइस सेक्टर है वो इतना अच्छा है कि वो काफी ज्यादा इंटरेस्टेड है. और उसके बारे में ये पेलोड ड्रॉपिंग ड्रोन है जो कि 5 किलोमीटर तक कोई भी पेलोड ड्रॉप कर सकता है up to 400 grams. Recently we are testing it with armed forces की रिक्वायरमेंट के हिसाब से हम इसको टेस्ट कर रहे हैं to make it more. Marut Mark 1 it's our first prototype of our one controller. We are also, as I mentioned in earlier, that we are also working on software part. So currently our drone can detect 80 objects. So अगर अभी we are training it as per user requirements. So currently we are training it as for detection of tanks, weapons and all as per user requirement. Business model is simple. B2C हमारा कस्टमर मॉडल है. उसके लिए पूरा हमने समझा रखा है कि कैसे हमारा जो बिजनेस मॉडल है वो कैसा है, कैसे मैन्युफैक्चरिंग डूइंग इन ऑन. रिसेंटली आपका जो सवाल था सर ये इनोवेशन तो कर लिया, एक थॉट था कि कुछ बनाना है इंडिया में. क्योंकि जब भी टेररिस्ट ऑपरेशंस होते थे तो वो 7-8 घंटे चलते हैं. कोई ऐसा सिस्टम ही नहीं था जो अंदर जाके अवेयरनेस प्रोवाइड कर सके. तो सिस्टम को हमने पहले बनाया. बनाने के बाद सबसे बड़ा क्वेश्चन ये होता है कि आप ऐसे स्टार्टअप बना रहे हो वो वायरल कितना है, उसकी रिक्वायरमेंट है या नहीं. तो वो रिक्वायरमेंट का ये समझते हैं कि हाँ इसकी रिक्वायरमेंट है बिकॉज वी गॉट द ऑर्डर फ्रॉम इंडियन आर्मी से. तो ऑलरेडी ये काफी रिक्वेस्ट प्रोसेस ऑलरेडी जा चुका है, ट्रायल्स हैव बीन डन एंड वी आर गेटिंग वेरी गुड फीडबैक फ्रॉम द इंडियन आर्मी फोर्सेस फॉर द नेक्स्ट. सो करंटली अभी 4 से 5 बार का ऑर्डर आया है. सो इसी ड्रोन्स के ऑर्डर को करने के लिए वी आर आल्सो लुकिंग फंडिंग अपॉर्चुनिटीज. लेटर ऑफ इंटेंट, सो जितनी भी आर्मी फोर्सेस है उसमें ऑलरेडी interest in our nano drone. ये उसी में our team, so sir, we basically core team में 7 members हैं, and advisors we are also having Brigadier P.S. Rawat and Dhanush. He is guiding us during our journey. Collaborative partners, Precision Networks System, there is a company in Aligarh जिससे हमारे MOU साइन हुआ है. They are basically manufacturing partner and marketing partner for idea. IIT Delhi is also for urban yes. Yes. So this is the last slide. This is the बचपन से ड्रीम था कि आर्मी के लिए सेवा करनी है, लेकिन क्या करता तो फिजिकली कुछ चैलेंजेस थे, नहीं कर पाया. तो एक ही चीज है दिमाग में, कौन स्किल्स का यूज करके किया है, तो स्किल्स का यूज करके हम लोग देश के लिए कुछ करना चाह रहे हैं. सो बस वो चीज जो वहां पे जाके नहीं कर पाए, स्किल्स की तरफ से कर रहे हैं. तो रिसेंटली वी हैव ट्रायल्स विद इंडियन आर्मी एंड यू कैन सी द नैनो ड्रोन. सो ड्रोन इंटरवेंशन के लिए वन ऑफ द बेस्ट चॉइस इंडिया हैज इज ड्रोन. आप इंडियन आर्मी में नॉर्थ से लेके साउथ, ईस्ट से लेके वेस्ट तक जाएंगे, अगर वहां पे नैनो ड्रोन का जिक्र होगा तो आइडिया का नैनो ड्रोन. सो ये शोकेस जहां पे हमने किए हैं, बेसिकली वी आल्सो शोकेस इन डेफ एक्सपो. सो वी गॉट feedback from neighboring countries also, like Rwanda, Morocco, Sri Lanka. We got the very warm feedback from there. So currently we are at NIET, वहीं पे हम लोग incubated हैं, और इधर कंपनी और मोटिव हमारा सिर्फ एक ही है कि बहुत हो गया बाहर के ड्रोन्स को यूज करना. नाउ करेक्ट टाइम टू लेट्स मेक इंडिया सेल्फ रिलायंट इन ड्रोन इंडस्ट्री. सो दैट्स ऑल फ्रॉम माय साइड. थैंक यू सो मच. Where are you incubated? Sir, NIET Greater Noida. It's nearby Bari Chowk sir. Yes sir. हम लोग वहीं से मैंने ग्रेजुएशन की थी 2018 में, उसके बाद इंडस्ट्री एक्सपीरियंस लिया सर. Then in 2012 decided the contract we got from Indian Army. Sir, अभी currently we got 5 pieces for one particular army की requirement के लिए. But recently we have conducted trials with Northern Command. तो Northern Command के साथ NCNC trials हो चुके हैं. We are meeting report. तो उस हिसाब से they will align कितने pieces है starting में कुछ चाहिए सर. How much order are you looking at? Sir, we are looking up to like we are waiting for these. अभी जैसे सर सबसे बड़ा स्टार्टअप में सर जो चैलेंज आता है कि सर अभी जैसे किसी यूनिट ने बोल दिया हमें 10 पीस चाहिए, लेकिन हमारे पास वो फंड नहीं है 10 पीस अरेंज करने का. सो वी आर लुकिंग कि उस चीज में हमें कोई हेल्प हो पाए. तो सर इट विल डिपेंड ऑन, वी कैन डिस्कस लेटर ऑफ द व्हाट विल बी द वैल्यूएशन एंड वैल्यूएशन की बहुत दूर की बात है. यस सर. अभी आपका मार्केट 5-10 का अभी ट्रायल पे लेते हैं तो मार्केट कितना बड़ा है, कितना डिमांड कितनी हो सकती है? सर अभी इंडियन आर्मी की जो आईएक्स का चैलेंज है उसमें सर 150 ड्रोन्स का निकाला है, सिर्फ नैनो ड्रोन्स. और ये सिर्फ इंडियन नेवी की है, ऐसी आर्मी की, ऐसी एयरफोर्स की. तो 150 450 500 ड्रोन्स इंडिया, ये पहली रिक्वायरमेंट है. इसके बाद फिर इनके बाद फिर जो 9 आर्म फोर्सेस है, सीआरपीएफ, एसबीएसएफ, इनमें भी रिक्वायरमेंट होगी. इसके साथ ये जो प्रोडक्ट है सर, इसका इंडिया में तो मार्केट है, ग्लोबल में बहुत मार्केट है. क्योंकि ग्लोबली जब हमने उनको दिखाया कि इस प्राइस सेक्टर में भी ऐसी चीज थी सर, उन्होंने बहुत इंटरेस्ट दिखाया. सो अभी यही प्रोसेस है कि इंडिया में जब हम इसको बेच लेंगे उसके बाद थोड़ा सा हमें सपोर्ट मिलेगा, देन वी कैन गो. और ये आर्मी के साथ सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम ये होती है कि आपको और आर्मी को बेचने नहीं देंगे सर. आज के टाइम पे आप कह रहे हैं कि आप ग्लोबली जाएंगे, मोरक्को जाएंगे, श्रीलंका आके जब आप इंडियन आर्मी को बेचोगे ना, तो आप जो साइन करोगे उससे तो उनकी बिना परमिशन के आप किसी को बेच नहीं पाओगे. सर आज के टाइम में थोड़ा सा ट्रेंड बदला है. जैसे अभी इंडिया और ऑस्ट्रेलिया की जॉइंट एक्सरसाइज हो रही है बीकानेर में एक्सरसाइज हो रही है, जो कि हुई है 6 तारीख से 11 तारीख तक. एंड इंडियन आर्मी इनवाइटेड अस टू शोकेस आवर इनोवेशन टू ऑस्ट्रेलियन आर्मी फोर्सेस, बिकॉज़ आज के टाइम में सर मिलिट्री में सीधा है हमें सपोर्ट दे रहे हैं, हमें फंडिंग देंगे, कैसे देंगे, डिफेंस इक्विपमेंट को सप्लाई कर देंगे. तो जैसे श्रीलंका वगैरह हो गया, मैं आपको 10 दिनों में दूंगा नैनो टोकन के फॉर्म. तो ये चीज सर जो बहुत कॉमन हो गई है. सो वो इंडियन आर्मी हमें खुद ही फोर्स कर रहा है कि नहीं ये टाइम आ गया है, तब तक हम खरीदते रहे, अब बेचेंगे भी. तो क्या कोशिश कि आप इसको करो. इवन जो एसआईटीएम सोसाइटी ऑफ डिफेंस मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, दे आर टेकिंग इट कि जो इंडियन डिफेंस की कंपनीज हैं उनको एक्सपोर्ट करने का मौका मिले. तो नाउ द सिचुएशन इज लाइक चेंजिंग सर. दे आर creating opportunities for students. I like your product. I like the only thing which goes against my thesis that will I invest behind your not is that you are dependent on one buyer, which is the Indian Army, and it's the toughest buyer I have. Sir, अभी जैसे इंडियन इंडियन आर्मी एक यूजर केस हो सकता है, लेकिन सर इसका जो यही हमने इस ड्रोन को बनाने के बाद हमने यही पॉइंट सफर क्लियर किया कि इंडियन आर्मी के लिए हमने बनाया था, लेकिन ये हर किसी चीज में यूज हो सकता है। सपोज इंडिया ने ऑपरेशंस, रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशंस करने हैं सर, बिल्डिंग कहीं भी गिरी हुई है, बिल्डिंग के अंदर, आई अंडरस्टैंड ऑल everywhere which you are talking about, government is your customer. Yes, sir. Yes, it is government something that how it can be used. Other than government, yes, department. Can it be used by corporates and logistics? Can it be used by weather forecast? Can it be used in agritech to forecast? Yes, sir. Or can it be used to disperse fertilizer around it? I'm just looking at yes, alternate. Yes, other than government, defense, intelligence agencies. Is there a market for it? Yes, because what happens is I invested in this they are very hot at one go, right? And then some innovation happens, the whole battle scene, the war scene changes, right? And the order stop. And they let it on. So the dependence on the Indian army is not the best. Even you are a very diversified manufacturer of armaments and drones. Yes, you are in narrow drones, you are in all kinds of spaces of drones. One can understand. Yes, with 350, 500 drones annual requirement, or not even annual one-time requirement, I don't know what's the life of a drone, how many times will you get shot down or. Sir, recently जो drones की requirement हो रही है वो सर ऐसी हो रही है कि पिछले अगर मैं बात करूँ सिर्फ 1 साल की सर 28,000 करोड़ से ज़्यादा की ड्रोन का पैड है ना, everyone thinks that this और पर अब तो सर क्या है कि गवर्नमेंट ने जो है बैन कर दिया है ये सारे सिस्टम, तो गवर्नमेंट का ये है कि इंडिया से ही खरीदो, गवर्नमेंट जितना ज़्यादा कर रहे उतने ज़्यादा नफा कमाओ। इनसे आप जितनी गवर्नमेंट बोलोगे उतने दूर चले जाएंगे। नहीं यस, एंड दूसरी चीज कि सर जैसे आपने बोला कोई और अल्टरनेटिव यूजर है, सो अगेन इसका सर जो साइज जो है और बहुत मिलेंगे, यस कॉन्ट्रैक्ट सर। इसको मैं एक चीज बोलना चाहूंगा अगेन सर, प्राइवेट सेक्टर में भी इसका मार्केट है। रिसेंटली वी आर वर्किंग देयर इज अ कंपनी से समझाओ, आप समझ लोगे ना कि प्राइवेट सेक्टर में क्या मार्केट है। 400-500 ड्रोन की जगह आप 40-50 लाख ड्रोन एनुअली बेच पाओगे जब इंटरेस्ट आएगा इन्वेस्टर। बिल्कुल। चलो आपसे पहले क्या है, आपके लिए मेरे तरफ से एक ऑफर है। आपने कहा कि कभी आपके पास ऑर्डर आ जाता है 10 के लिए, क्या आपके पास पैसा नहीं होता है, चलो हम फाइनेंस कर देंगे। तो सर जो फंडिंग है, अभी आपने ग्रेजुएशन नहीं किया है, you haven't decided how much you want to value, how much you want to raise. सर हमने वैल्यूएशन किया है, अभी जो रिसेंटली जो वैल्यूएशन था वो 10 करोड़ का दिया था रिसेंटली वैल्यूएशन। तो इफ वी आर लुकिंग फॉर फंडिंग तो डेप्थ बेसिस पे वी कैन सी फॉर इक्विटी वैल्यूएशन पे एक काम होता है इन्वेस्ट दिस कंपनी मॉडल ना मेरा कोई रिस्क रहेगा ना आपका कोई रिस्क रहेगा, ऐसा भी कर सकता। बिल्कुल। अब बात रही गवर्नमेंट, तो हम जिस इंडस्ट्री से बिलोंग करते हैं तो गवर्नमेंट के साथ रोज ही फाइट करते हैं। बिल्कुल सर, दिल्ली कर लेंगे सर। सो व्हाट्स योर ऑफर सर? तो आपके ऑर्डर के ऊपर डिपेंड करेगा ना, जिस टाइम पे आप मान लो कि आपको उस टाइम पे 25 लाख चाहिए, 30 लाख चाहिए, उस हिसाब से हम देंगे ना। यस, सो व्हाट वी कैन डू, आप पे वापस करोगे, फिर आपको जब ऑर्डर आएगा आप पैसा लोगे, फिर हम देंगे, आप लेंगे, तो सर वो चलता रहेगा ना। हां सर, तो व्हाट वी कैन डू, वी कैन डू एट बेसिस कि जितना भी ऑर्डर आएगा 10% 20% ऑन परचेज हो, कैमरा में बाद में डिसाइड करेंगे। ये ऑफर हम दे सकते हैं हमारी तरफ से। जी सर, क्योंकि आपने कहा कि पैसा नहीं रहता है, जी के ऑर्डर आ जाते हैं, जब मतलब 10 का ऑर्डर आ जाते हैं, 5 का ऑर्डर आ जाता है। जी सर, तो हम देख लेंगे। एंड सर मेरी तरफ से जब इनका डेट लेके आप बड़े बड़े हो जाएंगे ना, जब ये आएंगे हमारे पास बहुत इन्वेस्ट करेंगे। जी सर, एंड सर इसका जो आपने बोला बस लास्ट पॉइंट ऐड करना चाहूंगा कि सर हर एक सिस्टम को बनाने के पीछे एक आइडियोलॉजी रहती है, उसकी आइडियोलॉजी डिफरेंस। लेकिन सर अभी जैसे जब जितना जितना दिखा रहे हैं तो उसके यूजर केस नए नए निकल के आ रहे हैं। तो प्राइवेट इंडस्ट्री में देयर इज अ कंपनी कॉल्ड सैंको ज्वेलरी, मतलब बहुत बड़ा ज्वेलरी का बिजनेस है। वो वेयर हाउस मैनेजमेंट बोलता था। यस, आई एम वेयरिंग सैंको ज्वेलरी। यस, सो सर उनके वेयर हाउस के लिए ऑलरेडी वी स्टार्टेड अ प्रोजेक्ट विद सैंको ज्वेलरी। उनके लिए बस हमें एंटी कोलिजन इसमें डालना है, उनकी फिगर्स में पहले होते हैं, उनके लिए हमें सर एक मॉडिफिकेशंस करनी है, इट कैन यूज फॉर दैट। तो सैंको में भी हम हेल्प कर सकते हैं। यस सर, कोलकाता से ही है बिल्कुल का पैसा और फायदा ले लीजिए। जब 6-7 3 साल में जब भी इनको एग्जिट से हमें निकलना है तो ये निकलेंगे। यस, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर योर टाइम। थैंक यू सो मच मैम।
can go for a photograph over there or your teammates.
अच्छा ओके प्लीज अभी क्या कॉस्ट आता है एक बनाने का कोई नहीं भाई बाहर हमने तो आपके ऑर्डर 10 से 100 बाकी जब लाखों में होगा इन लोगों को इन्वेस्ट कर लेंगे हैं आपने ऑर्डर आदमी
So this team is Scrapbook.
Myself, Sukhan, and I'm the founder of Graphic Services Society. तो जर्नी स्टार्ट करते हैं मैं कॉलेज में था आई एम थर्ड ईयर तो हम बनी है सुखान तो मम्मी ने बोला बाहर है जस्ट तो बेच दिया तो बेचने गया तो नॉलेज आया घर में प्रेजेंट करके कहते हैं 10 केजी वेट है इसका तो मैं बेचने गया तो मुझे एक कबाड़ी वाले ने रेट दिया 12 रुपए और वाले से ट्राई करते हैं कहीं और ज़्यादा रेट मिल जाए हम सब ऐसे ही करते हैं पहली वाले को बेचते एक्टिव हो रखते हैं दुकान वाले को ऐसे ही किया तो सेकंड वाले के पास गया उसने रेट दिया 16 रुपए मैं खुश हो गया मैं उसको दिया तो उसने वेट निकाला 10 केजी का 8 केजी तो उसने वेट में कपड़ा कर दिया फर्स्ट ने रेट कम दिया दूसरे ने वेट में कपड़ा कर दिया देन मैं कॉलेज वापस आया देन टीम लीड करी एंड देन स्टार्टअप किया स्क्रैपर के लिए एक मोबाइल ऐप बनाई है जिसमें हम घर में अपने बंदे भेजेंगे ऑनलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म के साथ जिसके अंदर डिजिटल वेट मशीन होगी और हम स्क्रैप खरीदते हैं अपने पास स्टोर करते हैं देन फैक्ट्री को सेल आउट करते हैं तो अपने बारे में बताता हूँ मेरे कुछ 21 पेटेंट एप्लीकेशन फाइल करे मैंने एक साल के अंदर रिकॉर्ड है प्राइवेसी के अंदर एंड फ्रॉम चंडीगढ़ और कितने सारे पब्लिश हो चुके हैं पब्लिशर अभी 3 साल नहीं हुए इन इंडिया के वो आप एक्सपेक्ट कर अराउंड तो अब स्टार्ट करते हैं प्रेजेंटेशन ये अबाउट अस इसमें आपको बताया हमारी मोबाइल एप्लीकेशन है हम फ्री डोज से पिकअप करते हैं स्क्रैप की आपके घर से जिसमें हमारे वेरीफाइड पिकर आपके डोर स्टेप पे पहुंचता है वेट मशीन लेके आपको स्क्रैप पे एक्सचेंज में अमाउंट भी देता है और कुछ सस्टेनेबल प्रोडक्ट्स हैं तो ये हम प्रमोट करते हैं जस्ट कि आपने एनवायरनमेंट के लिए यूज किया है कस्टमर ने हमें न्यूज़पेपर सेल आउट किया ये पेंसिल न्यूज़पेपर से बनी है इससे यूएसपी के इसके लास्ट में सीड्स हैं सबके लास्ट में लिखा हुआ है बाय टोमेटो जब ये पेंसिल यूज हो जाएगी तो आप जस्ट जमीन में डाल दीजिए वहां प्लांट हो जाएगा तो इससे कस्टमर को लगता है कि हमने शायद एनवायरनमेंट के लिए कुछ किया है एंड हम एवरी मंथ जो हमें रेगुलरली ऑर्डर करता है तो एक सर्टिफिकेट देते हैं कि यू हैव डन इतनी कलेक्शन कर चुके आप बेसी आपने इतना एनवायरनमेंट को सेव किया फिर प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट थी पुअर वेट मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम था अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड सेक्टर था लैक ऑफ सर्विस थी हम घर के बाहर खड़े कबाड़ी वाले को वेट मारते थे कॉल करते थे कि आ जाओ ले जाओ वो बोलते शाम को आऊंगा कल आऊंगा परसों आऊंगा और वो फिर आदमी लेके आता था उसमें वो नीचे लोग लगा करते थे फिर अब हमने सॉल्यूशन निकाला है सर्कुलर इकोनॉमी है एंड प्रॉपर वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम है डिजिटल अप्रोच है ये हमें कुछ फीचर किया था अभी रिसेंटली हमने टाई अप किया है हरियाणा पुलिस के साथ जो कि एक्साइज डिपार्टमेंट इलीगल शराब पकड़ती है वो पुलिस स्टेशन के अंदर स्टोर होती है अभी तक क्या होता था वो सारी बॉटल्स को जेसीबी के थ्रू क्रश करके जमीन में डाल देते थे ताकि कोई उसको यूज ना कर सके तो रिसेंटली मैंने अम्बाला में ऐसा किया है कि हमने सारी बॉटल्स को एम्प्टी की है एक एक बॉटल को और उसकी जो अमाउंट है उसको रिसाइकिल करने के बाद जो अमाउंट मिलती है उसे 50,000 रुपीज मैंने पुलिस स्टेशन को दिया है जिससे उन्होंने अपनी रिजोल्यूशन कर दिया
अभी तक उनको कुछ नहीं मिलता था, बल्कि जेसीबी वगैरह सबका पे करना पड़ता था। रिसेंटली ये सर्विस है, कस्टमर में ऑर्डर प्लेस करते हैं एंड देन हमारी टीम कंफर्म करती है बैकएंड से एंड पिकअप पहुंच जाते हैं उनके पास सामान पिकअप करने के लिए। बिजनेस फ्लो है, ये इनके पास सामान है, कस्टमर ने फोटो क्लिक करी, हमने वेरीफाई किया, गाड़ी पहुंच गई, पैसे मिल गए। ये बिजनेस मॉडल है। हम 5 बिजनेस मॉडल पे अभी रिसेंटली वर्क कर रहे हैं। कमीशन फ्रॉम मर्चेंट्स, मेरे पास 103 व्हीकल्स है रिसेंटली कबाड़ी वाला जिसको हमने ट्रेन किया है। जो साइकिल पे गली गली जाते थे, हमने उनका बिजनेस नहीं खराब किया, उनको ट्रेन किया, उनको सेक्टर अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड सेक्टर को उनको फॉर्मली सेक्टर में ट्राई करने की कोशिश करी है। अब वो हमारे लिए काम करते हैं और पिकअप करते हैं हमारा बेस। जैसा बताऊंगा कि लास्ट हमें पता लगा था पहले वो 10 से 20 हज़ार रुपये कमाते थे, अब उनकी मंथली इनकम 1 लाख से ऊपर है। हमें धूप में घूमना पड़ता है, 10 मिनट जगह बैठते हैं, मोबाइल एप्लीकेशन पे ऑर्डर पहुंचता है एंड देन वो पिकअप कर जाते हैं। अब मार्केट प्राइस देख सकते हो, अभी प्राइस सिटी में मेरा वर्किंग है तो 8954 मिलियन टन हमारा डेली बेस जनरेट होता है प्राइस सिटी से। अगर मैं 1 रुपीज केजी की एवरेज मान के चलूं तो इट्स अ गुड अमाउंट। ये कॉम्पिटिटर्स हैं, ये हमारे पार्टनर्स हैं जिनके साथ हम बिजनेस करते हैं या फिर एक न्यू स्टार्ट करते हैं। सर डोसी मिल्क फार्म है, डोसी फार्म शायद आपने सुना होगा, एक मिल्क ब्रांड है जो अपना ऑनलाइन मिल्क बेचता है। तो हम क्या करते हैं, जहाँ पे इनका मिल्क जाता है और वो मिल्क पैकेट्स होते हैं वो मंथली कलेक्ट करते हैं हर 2 तारीख को, कस्टमर्स को वॉश करके रखते हैं एंड उनके एक्सचेंज में उनको रिवॉर्ड्स देते हैं, जैसे कि 10% ऑफ दे दिया मंथ में बिल के लिए। ये ग्रोथ स्ट्रेटेजीज है, टाइमलाइन, ये ट्रैक्शंस है जितना हम बिजनेस अब तक कर चुके हैं, ग्रोथ, सोशल कंट्रीब्यूशन, पेंसिल सब कुछ हमने विडो वुमेन्स जो है एनजीओ हमारे चंडीगढ़ में उनसे बनवाई है एंड ये हम बेचना भी स्टार्ट कर दिया है। अभी 1 जनवरी को मेरा न्यू प्रोडक्ट आ रहा है बीबीएस के नाम से, बाय बाय स्क्रैप, मतलब स्क्रैप को टाटा करना और खरीदना स्क्रैप के बदले, बीबीएस के नाम से। इसमें क्या होगा कि कस्टमर्स हमें मंथली स्क्रैप से लौट करेंगे। इन केस कस्टमर ने 1000 रुपये का स्क्रैप से लौट किया है तो हम 1000 रुपये का ग्रोसरी हर महीने देंगे। जैसे मिल्क चाहिए उनको, दही चाहिए, वो उसे डेली आएगी। ये टीम है हमारी, फंड्स कुछ इसलिए चाहिए हमें, आपकी रेवेन्यू कहाँ से आती है। सर जो हम स्क्रैप कलेक्ट करते हैं फैक्ट्रीज को फिल करते हैं, जस्ट एग्जांपल यहाँ पे अखबार का एक 12 रुपये का एग्जांपल, हम कस्टमर से 60 रुपीज के लिए खरीदते हैं। अभी क्या होता है, जब 12 रुपये में कबाड़ी वाला घर से खरीदता है उनके बीच में फैक्ट्री तक जाते जाते 5 से 6 प्रॉफिट होते हैं। पेपर खरीदती है उसको बाद में लास्ट में पेपर मिलता है, दोबारा पे पेपर आप डायरेक्टली पेपर नहीं डायरेक्टली पेपर उसका रेट अप्रॉक्सीमेटली 30 रुपीज के दिया था, 16 मीटर क्रेडिट में बेच। तो स्क्रैप में आजकल आपको मेनली न्यूज़पेपर है सर, हर चीज है, मेटल, ईबेस, न्यूज़पेपर। तो हमने कंसल्टिंग भी स्टार्ट करी है म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन के लिए, उनकी स्वच्छ सर्वेक्षण होते हैं, उसके अंदर को रैंकिंग मिलती है सर्वेक्षण के बेसिस पे। जैसे सेम बिजनेस जो हम कर रहे हैं, हमें अवेयरनेस ही करना होता है तो हम 1 से 1.5 हासिल करते हैं। सर अभी कह रहे हैं कि ईवेस में पार्टनर कंपनी है मेरे पास, DRZO के नाम से, देन हम अभी स्पेसिफिक में नहीं चाहते इसको करना ईवेस में, कोई ज़्यादा प्लान नहीं है। मेन है B2C कस्टमर्स के घर से हमने स्क्रैप उठाना एंड देन उनको फैसिलिटी देना। अगर मैं प्रॉपर ईवेस के चैनल में गया देन B2C वर्क नहीं कर पाऊंगा। नाम बंसी है, अब रिसेंटली मुझे स्टार्टअप पंजाब से 3 लाख की ग्रांट मिली है एंड नेक्स्ट मंथ मेरी MSME 15 लाख की ग्रांट आ रही है। It's 47, 47. अभी 1 year
कौन सा जगह वाले चंडीगढ़ में करते हैं? चंडीगढ़ मोहाली पंचकुला एंड लखनऊ स्टार्ट किया था रिसेंटली। तो कितने हाउस होल्ड कवर कर लेते हो सर? मैंने 5 लाख लोगों को इम्पैक्ट दे चुका हूँ सर इससे, एंड 12,000 प्लस डाउनलोड्स हैं। इसमें इम्पैक्ट नहीं हो पूछो कितने कितने घरों से कितने हाउस होल्ड से तुमने उसे डेली 20 प्लस ऑर्डर्स है। हां डेली 20 प्लस ऑर्डर्स है, 20 प्लस हाउस होल्ड एवरी डे, 20 हाउस होल्ड एवरी डे। एवरेज रेवेन्यू कितनी आई पर डाउनलोड? इट डिपेंड्स सर, कोई कस्टमर 10,000 मंथ बेचता है, कोई लाख मंथ बेचता है। ऑन एन एवरेज मेरे पास 2000 के आसपास स्टॉक मिल जाता है पर ऑर्डर। हम खरीदते हैं और वन हाउस एक घर पर 2000 महीने में। इट डिपेंड्स सर, 2 महीने में कर रहा है, 3 महीने में ऑर्डर कर रहा है। फ्रीक्वेंसी सर ये कि 3 महीने के आसपास ऑर्डर करते हैं, क्योंकि हमारा एवरेज एक साइज 10 केजी है, 10 केजी मिनिमम ऑर्डर होती है। 10 का 3 का मिलते हैं, इससे कम आते नहीं। 14 महीने में एक घर से 2000 सबसे ज्यादा क्या है? बाकी कंप्यूटर से आप इस तरह की आईसीटी में कोई ऑनलाइन कंप्यूटर नहीं है, लेकिन जो लोकल कवाड़ी वाले हैं वो मेन कंप्यूटर है। रोज जैसे बात नहीं करते हैं, कस्टमर को लगता है कि उनको बेच देते हैं। तो अभी अवेयरनेस की कोई लैक ऑफ अवेयरनेस है, इसके लिए मैं फंड चाहिए। वी हैवंट डन डिजिटल मार्केटिंग। ये टीम सर जो रेगुलर एसईओ एंड डिजिटल मार्केटिंग करती है, लेकिन मेन फंड सी ग्राउंड मार्केटिंग के लिए हमारी टारगेट ऑडियंस है 30 से 40 की वुमेन्स। हमारी मम्मी घर में रिसेंटली तरह बेचती है ना, शायद मम्मी की बेचते पापा नहीं बेचते, वो शायद मम्मी का हमें लगता है कि हमें बहुत सारे यूट्यूब ब्लॉग आप इनसे भी टाइप करते हैं, ई-कॉमर्स साइट्स हैं, इनकी कार्टन्स जितने आते हैं छोटे-छोटे कार्टन के लिए वो बड़े कार्टन्स बेचते हैं, वो पूरा इसी जाता है कवरिंग में जाता है, और उनका बहुत बड़ा इशू है ये इतने वेस्ट। और उनके आप उनसे भी टाइप करके जब भी डिलीवरी हो वो आप पिकअप करो उनका कार्टन्स, और फिर वो रिसाइकिल हो जाते हैं पूरे कार्टन्स। पंजाब में तो कितने कार्टन्स मैन्युफैक्चर हैं, अगर आप पंजाब और हरियाणा ही कवर कर लोगे आपकी कम से कम 40-50 हज़ार टन तो साल का खाली पैकेज मटेरियल यूज हो रहा है, वेस्ट जा रहा है। सर अभी क्या है फ्लिपकार्ट और अमेज़न के बीच में आप कितना कार्टन खरीदते हैं, आपको मालूम है कि आपको प्रॉब्लम इस लेवल टिकट साइज दे दीजिए, एक कार्टन अप्रॉक्सीमेटली 300-400 ग्राम 1 केजी का मैक्सिमम। वो जो आते हैं डिलीवरी करते हैं उन्हीं को आप डेवलप करो कि वही पुराना कार्टन उठा के ले जाए। हम लोग के घर में किसी घर में कम से कम फ्रीक्वेंसी और डिलीवरी और भी ई-कॉमर्स साइट whichever you take, not a big one, right? Will be over 3 at least minimum 4 times a month. 4 दिन में जाता है उनका डिलीवरी बॉय, वही पुराने कार्टन उठा के लाए और आपको दे दे। बात बोलना चाहूँगा उसका पहली टैग इतना बड़ा होता है, ऊपर से स्क्रैप लेके आएगा तो कैसे मैनेज कर पाएगा? वो पैसा कमा रहा है ना, ऐसे लेके आएगा आपको क्या, वो तो इतना वैसे उठा रहा हूँ चट्टान लेगा, शाम तक तो खाली हो जाता है उसका बैग। क्या करते हैं वो से हाउसों में ऐसे फेंक देते हैं। हम वही आदत पाए क्योंकि आप हम अपना लॉजिस्टिक सिस्टम बना रहे हैं जो एग्जिस्टिंग है, आपको माल भी देगा, वो बताएगा भी, वो उठाएगा माल देगा, आपको दे जाएगा। आपके कलेक्शन सेंटर बना लो चंडीगढ़ में हर सेक्टर में एक ही बना लो, वो गया उठाया उसने आपके ड्रॉप बॉक्स में डाल दिया, आप उससे महीने में हिसाब रखो, आप दे दो उसको। बस द मेन पॉइंट इज हम कस्टमर्स तक समझ जाते हैं, हम आउटसोर्स नहीं चाहते कहीं से लेना, जब तक कस्टमर्स को आदत नहीं है रिसाइकिल करने का तो फायदा नहीं है। और रिसेंटली से आराम से रिसाइकिल करेगा, अगर वो बोलेगा कि हमने पुराने कार्टन आपको दे दो, हम उसको ऊपर में दे देंगे, पैसे भी नहीं चार्ज करेंगे उससे। हाँ कस्टमर्स को क्या है, कस्टमर घर साफ हो रहा है भटक रहा है, अगर टिप्स देने की जगह डोमिनोज के डब्बे जो अगर वापस लेने आप टिप देते हो उसको 10-12 रुपए 20 रुपए बोलो कि ठीक है आप डब्बा ले लो, ऐसे टिप फॉर मी, रिटर्निंग ऑफ अ कार्टन इज अ टिप, एन अमाउंट ऑफ टनेज यू विल गेट। आपका ठंडा पेपर मिल का नाम सुना आपने? हाँ कितना कितना टन स्क्रैप करते हो? हाँ मेरा ज्यादा था और 2 दिन का टेंशन 10 टन हाथ होने के बाद 10 टन जाता है मेरे पास। आपको रेडी कस्टमर बैठा है, वही आपको पैसे देगा ये डिसाइड करके। या बीएमसी करते रहे हो, अच्छा है, पर आप 20 आउटडोर में जाते हो, आपको 200 आउटडोर जाने में ना इतनी तकलीफ होगी, आप समझते हैं। जब तक आप इनोवेटिव नहीं करोगे, B2C is not easy market, it's a very difficult market. You have to think very innovatively. You're in the right space of scraps and recyclable. You don't call yourself a scrap company, call yourself a recycling company. So we recently in Elko से tie up किया and moving cans पे, जो कि moving cans होते हैं beer के, cold drink के, तो हम store करते हैं Elko को sell होते हैं। अभी तक मतलब 3 दिन Elko से सामने से ऑफर आया था moving cans के लिए, कि क्या होता है, कंपनी को करना होता है, उनको जितना अमाउंट उनका मार्केट में जा रहा है उतना ही उनको 20% 8% सही करना होता है, खाना होता है, उसके लिए अभी रिसेंटली हमने चाय सुल्ताबाद से भी यहाँ पे नया करने की ट्राई करी है, जो भी चाय के कूलर होते हैं उसमें प्लांट्स लगा के कॉर्पेट में लगता कॉर्पेट सीट के ऊपर कूलर के अंदर मिट्टी डाल के प्लांट लगा के रखने के लिए। अभी तो आउटलेट से कर रहे हैं, कुछ आउटलेट रेडी हैं, कुछ प्रोडक्ट मार्केट में जा चुके हैं, जैसे बेबी की मार्केट है मॉर्निंग, मार्केट फ्रेंचाइजी है, वहाँ से सारा सामान लेते हैं। When I was in third year, around 10 lakhs. ट्यूशन पढ़ाया था, हाँ, पहले 3 साल ट्यूशन पढ़ाएंगे, वो रेडी के लाके सामान लेके आया, तो लेबर चेंज करते थे, स्टार्टिंग में मैंने अपना वेयर हाउस लेके आया, लेबर
go to tomorrow evening, we will offer you a dedicated time, and if you want to go much cheaper, we will offer you ride share, and if you want to launch 30 or 20 satellite at one time, we will offer you cluster time. So our OTP can be customizable because our OTP can also apply on all different category of rocket. Right now we have 4 category of rocket. Number 1, the larger category like Falcon 9 rocket. We have middle class like PSLV. We have a smaller class like SSLV, and then we have a micro category rocket like Agni, Kula and Skyroot rocket with under 300 kg. So this is how our OTP look like. Its payload capacity is of 400 kgs. And its total mass of our OTP is around 200 kg. Our fuel is the fuel we are using is ethane and NO2 as oxidizer, and our engine is going to be a fully 3D printed. So what's the business model? Business model is quite simple. We are charging on per kg. So if you want to launch your satellite, you just have to open our app. You have to put your like what payload of your satellite, weight of your satellite, and where you want to go and when you want to go. And we will suggest you according to that. We are charging $8,000 to $25,000, which include all the OTP charges, rocket charges, and the other service which we are offering. So according to PwC India, the global space market is $360 billion, and India's share is just 2 to 3%. We want to increase it. And the satellite which we are targeting is from 1 kg to 500 kg satellite. This is a smaller satellite. Okay. So how we are different from customer? Number 1, our OTP is fully customizable. Second, we offer one-click billing. Fourth, it's safe. Fifth, we offer on demand and it's also affordable. There is no such company in India building OTP. We are the only company building OTP. But there are few companies in the West who building OTP. But they are more specifically for the bigger rocket like Falcon 9, Falcon Heavy with more than 20,000 payload. So this is how our team look like. So I'm the founder, and we have Lakshmi Narayan sir from IIT Delhi helping us in additive manufacturing part, 3D printing part. We have Surinder Kumar Dhaka sir spent more than 20 years in Japan Rocket Navigation Center, helping us in avionics part. And we have Sarat K. Biswas sir. He's done his master from IIT Mumbai, helping us on a navigation side. So this is the timeline which we are using. So this is my journey. I started exploring space science and technology at the age of 6. I won continuously three times first prize at school level. I also won the state level first prize. I also won the JVP Rover Challenge first prize. I'm also a TEDx speaker. In 2019, I won this idea. In 2020, I incorporated. We have a first trademark. We implemented at Triple IT Delhi University, and we talked with IIT Roorkee for our first fund. So this is the few outreach programs we have done and done. Yeah. So we want to make this so simple that even people like you and me could afford to send a payload to space. Thank you so much.
What rockets do you use to launch your OTV?
So our OTV is designed to launch on any category of a rocket. If
so the waiting period will be the same. Why would anyone come to you? You have to book space in say ISRO's next launch.
No, sir. See, if our OTV is customizable, it means that we can fly on different rockets. Means we can, if PSL is already booked, we can also approach Agnikul and Skyroot. So imagine if you have a satellite of 50 kg and you want a ride tomorrow evening, then you just have to upload there. We have a 50 kg ride and we want to go to Earth orbit 500 kilometers. And then we will suggest you according to that. For you, is the Agni Band rocket is the best, and this is the charges
you have to make my trip for space.
Yeah, but we also offering OTP, orbital transformation, which offer you last mile, like exactly where you want to go.
Now, how do you go see, for example, PSLV launches there and puts you on a certain orbit, right? But the customer of yours wants it, say, 300 space miles away from it, some other orbit. So how do you move that then?
So we have a propulsion system in our OTV.
Yes, you have a propulsion system.
Yeah, we are going to build our own engine.
So you reposition it in space.
Yeah, anywhere. And that's it. Just load orbit.
Who controls it? The rocket launcher controls
Sir,
it?
What rocket just drop to dot orbit, and from there our role will become. We will take over it, and then our team will take over that OTV. Our engine will start it and drop one satellite at 500 kilometers. Then again will start and drop another 600 kilometers, and so forth.
You'll have your own control centers.
You
already have one, or you have?
No, sir. We are right now working on a prototype stage. So we are trying to build our first engine, which is going to be ethane and NO3 as oxidizer, and it's going to get 3D printed, and its thrust will be 500 Newton, which is more than enough because we are already in the space. So 200 is more than enough, but we are using 500.
When do you think you will be able to launch this?
So our first test launch will be started by the end of 2024, but commercial launches by starting of 2025.
So whom have you signed up for your test launch? The ISRO, or whom have you signed up?
Okay. For the test launch, we are already in touch with InSpace. InSpace is a body which work as a moderator to contact ISRO. So what Indian government did, Indian government opened a new department called InSpace. So if we need a ISRO PSLV rocket, or even if we need a mentorship or R&D, we don't have to contact ISRO. We just have to apply InSpace, and InSpace will do all the work. And it just takes 2 or 3 days. So it's that simple.
So what are you raising money for now?
So, sir, we are just raising money for to develop that prototype of engine at 500 Newton, and we just need 35 lakh to develop that engine. And I am the guy who don't want to show my idea to an investor on a PPT and say that, sir, why don't you invest 2 lakh or 3 crore or 5 crore in my startup? I want to invite the investor in my lab, show them that 3D printed engine in a physical form, and say that, sir, now I need your money to scale this up. I don't need your money for experiment. I already done with the government money or any initial money, that 35 or 45 lakhs. That's the thing.
So you spent 45 lakhs of grants.
That's more than enough to develop that 500 small prototype engine, which I can show to investors, and then I get another round.
So what's your ultimate business model?
So, ma'am, our business model is space transportation. That's the main space logistics. But once we in the space now, ma'am, so we can also track space debris. So we can share that data to customer, like government and private, and even after the life ended of the satellite, they are going to convert into debris. So we also help them to deorbit themselves. So this service we can also offer. And also cleaning of space debris and also space mapping. How we use Google Map.
If you take that debris, it's highly valuable. So do you have the ownership of it because you took it from space, or like?
No, ma'am. Space debris is already harm other satellites. Okay. So government is also taking initiative to clean this space debris. So first thing is that you need to know what the size of the debris is. what speed they are traveling in the space. So this data is more important than to clean this space. That's the one thing. So we was wanted to at least track those images, but we are starting this by transportation to just at least drop those satellites into their last mile and then helping them to deorbit themselves. Then we expand into space and even Moon and Mars. That's another day. I'm not Elon Musk. I don't have a big pocket, so I'm not going to talk about Moon and Mars. So I'm just talking about lower pocket.
Neither are we Elon Musk to get anything to do so.
But sir, Elon Musk spent 20 years with the failure of 5 Falcon 9 rockets. But how many people right now in the world spend 20 years on failure of 4 Falcon or 5 Falcon rockets? So that's the thing, you have to spend that much time and money on something like that.
I'm willing to look at it, so you contact me offline.
Sure.
And then 35 lakhs is we willing to put behind you.
Sure, love to talk.
Because it's an exciting space to be in. And I think you have got the right pitch in the sense that I know there's a genuine problem of placing the satellite at the right place where you want it. Right? Most of the time you get placed where you don't want it, and you spend a lot of money trying to get data from a place that you. Right? So I think if you are able to crack it, then it's a brilliant venture to be that.
Thank you so much.
And what background do you have?
So my background is from CS, and previously I was doing aerospace, but I dropped out from there. Then I spent more on my startup, but that time there is no such policy in India which give us license to build those and stuff. So in 2017 I started this. So we go to schools and universities, we build our own model rocket kit, which goes to a certain.
So where is your lab now?
Triple IT Delhi and Jammu.
Triple I.
I think you made it triple IT.
Yeah.
Sure. So we can seriously give it a look.
Sure.
So we take it on. Right?
Sure.
So you take it as committed 35 lakhs from my side.
Love to talk with you. Thank you. Thank you.
So the next startup that we have is Ikshana Toilets.
Is not going to solve it.
It gets a prototype and then you can do like some partnerships and it gets the ball rolling.
Because 35 lakhs is not getting anywhere.
Yeah, sure, please go ahead.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Rolex Saraswat. My project is Ikshana. Can you read the top brain? Anyone of you know brain? Let's have an Indian railway or the elevator. You have noticed the dots which are presented on the members and all. That's brain for our visually impaired people. Great, that's
Brain. Okay,
brain. Yeah, that. Ikshana. The word Ikshana itself means vision and care in Sanskrit. That's where my project is. It is basically an OBR. I think all of us heard of OCR, optical character recognition. It's OBR, optical brain recognition. In India, we account for 3 times the population of visually impaired people compared to US, but 1/15 of the resources. If you open your phone right now, go to Google Maps, and try to search for school for visually impaired people, I think you may have a difficulty right now. In this alliance, think about the rural area. So, first of all, this application is not for visually impaired people. This is for people associated with them to help them learn braille regardless of how much experience they have, how much they know. Secondly, this is an annual application. I've been working on this from the last 1.5 years under the guidance of my university, Dr. Mishra and Dr. Mishra. So it's a research based and it's a non-profit. So there's no business model. What it does, it lets you convert braille documents into text and then into speech. So what you can do, you can put out your phone, scan the braille document, get it into a text, and you can play it in the speech. How it may help to replicate a braille document. Suppose you are a parent who let's suppose visually impaired. So how are you gonna homeschool? You have to homeschool. So there the need of Ikshana comes. So it is a braille converting application using CNN, if I may go deeper in the technology. There are two ways on which the braille can be segmented. First is the segmentation and pattern recognition. Second one is the AI model, which you can do by CNN. And as the depth increases, as you can see on the second bar, braille is the 6-cell representation. It's not a language, it's an encoding system. So the major issues that I'm facing is of distortion, and I'm working on that right now. And apart from that, it is available on the Play Store. You can guys check it out. Thank you.
What's your passion for this project?
Ma'am, we all are working to make a new big tech company, but nobody wants to serve the community which actually need help. No one wants to think about those people, whether they are deaf or visually impaired. We all say make a business model of 10, 20, 500 crores. But are we really giving the society back what they need? So for this, it was my second year project on which there's a course available in our university on which we have to do a project on social causes. So on that thing, I thought of Ikshana. So that was my motivation for this project. I have been working from there, researching on this. There are many numerous projects that have been done on image processing, but not in the braille recognition. So people are lacking in this sector. So I thought, why not? Let's go and let's make it.
Have you incorporated yourself as a Section 8 company? Have you incorporated yourself as a Section 8 company? Then how do you have a company? That's what kind of company do you have? Section 8 company is required for this.
I don't have a company.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, it's
Free for all.
it's free for all.
I got, but you need to raise funds. No, you need donation to run this.
Yes, but currently I'm working on this.
You need donation to run this. If you don't have a Section 8 company, then how you are going to take donation?
I'm not taking donations right now. I just need to work on this. Basically, I have developed grade 1. There are 2 grades in the grade 1 and grade 2. If I may explain you. If you write cannot, it is grade 1. If you write can't, it's grade 2. And as you have guys seen the printing, the braille printing is a verge printing. You press, you make verge on the paper, raise dot. So if the paper is,
This is not my question. You just tell me how much donation this project.
He's looking to donate.
okay, you are looking to donate.
Because you, just now you said this is not for profit. I have a Section 8 company,
Okay.
so I can donate.
I don't know anything about the Section 8 and all legal thing.
मेरे
Conservation,
कंपनी का एक्टिव आता Section 8 कंपनी जो होता है वो नॉट फॉर प्रॉफिट होता है. दूसरा ऑप्शन होता है you can register yourself as trust. ठीक है.
So for asking for money, make it a fully effective approach. It may take around 2 to 3 lakhs to develop the full application.
So I am going to run it. Done कर दो, confirm कर दो.
Right, sure.
Yeah, I am sure.
पैसे मिल रहे हैं उससे पूछ रहा
तो अभी चाहिए तो कैश ले लो, 2 घंटे में चला दूंगा। और
कितने दे रहे हैं? 3 5 मांगना चाहिए था। नहीं बस कैसे
बट इनोवेशन के लिए और ये सोसाइटी के लिए तो दैट्स व्हाई आई एम गोइंग टू डू बस। बट आई नीड ए एंटिटी जिसमें मैं डोनेट कर सकता हूं।
I think Bennett can arrange that formalities and all for.
टीम में 1 लाख रुपए का कंपनी बना देंगे निकालेंगे। बना दो ना एंट्री के सेक्शन एक
वो तो अपने टीम ही बना दे दो।
बना दो आप दे दो उसमें कंपनी आप ट्रस्ट बना के दे दो।
I'm hearing the Section 8 company for the first time.
मैं बेनेट के मास्टर ऑफ कॉर्पोरेट लॉ का स्टूडेंट, मतलब आता नहीं हूँ, टाइम की वजह से मैं आ नहीं पाता हूँ। मैं एज स्टूडेंट
बना देंगे आपके लिए क्लास उसका खर्चा इनसे लीजिएगा तो 3.5 हो गया।
नहीं चाहिए तो बट आई एम विलिंग टू बैक इट, ठीक है, बट इसका रिजल्ट दिखना चाहिए।
See,
ऐसा ना कि डोनेशन लेके तो निकले, बट
even if you don't get the
सोसाइटी को बेनिफिट होना चाहिए।
that's the whole point. See,
और अपना नाम होना चाहिए, मतलब मैं सिर्फ अपना नाम के लिए ज्वाइन कर लो और सोसाइटी के बेनिफिट।
even my name is a non-profit organization. You all may think that
हाँ, Rolex सरस्वत।
Yeah.
Even Rolex
Rolex is a
I know they have registered themselves as a not for profit organization. लेकिन वो पैसा घुमाने के लिए है।
अब वो उनका बात। So that's it.
Yeah, sure.
अभी तक जितना वर्क किया है
Done.
मैं लोग कहता आपको भैया पैसे चाहिए
वीडियो में रिकॉर्ड हो गया है। अंदर एविडेंस है।
ऊपर ना जाएगा दिखाएगा आपके आप नहीं पीछे खड़े होइए
You can stand behind it.
उनके पीछे खड़े होइए ओके कंधे में हाथ रख दीजिए भागे ना
मेरी बहुत तुझे अंदर इंडियन एविडेंस एक्ट रिकॉर्ड हो गया। इसको लेकर धमाल करना है, दोनों का साथ में, दोनों का नाम प्लेटफॉर्म के साथ, दोनों का नाम बोधि सत्ता कल्पा।
बोधि
सत्ता एक्चुअली आई वाज बोर्न इन बुद्ध पूर्णिमा, तो रोलेक्स सरस्वत और बोधि सत्ता कल्पा प्लेटफॉर्म, तीनों का नाम टाइम्स के मीडिया में भी होना चाहिए। टाइम्स ऑफ बेनेट पे नहीं, टाइम्स के मेन मीडिया में।
the times.
तीन के साथ कनेक्ट करवा मैं यहाँ पे लेके
होगा
Advanced agriculture leads to better lives. We aim to make our crop medicines life easier. Hello Sparks, this is Leela West along with
Manik Agarwal and Mandeep Chaudhary,
and
we are the co-founders at FSA. So Sparks, having done research in the domain of soil, we have found out that in the past 5 to 10 years, the NPK content, nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium content of the soil has been changing very rapidly. And जो हमारे farmers हैं, वो अभी भी they are following the same pattern of crop. वो वही crop उगा रहे हैं, and उनको yield भी हो रही है, but they are not able to maximize that yield. And for the same, we have developed a solution.
So we have developed a software which recommends the crop the farmer should grow to maximize his yield, and it also tells about the fertilizer he should use, and during the process of farming, if the crop suffers any disease, so it will also tell about the name of the disease, cause of the disease and cure of the disease by just uploading the image of it.
Now Sparks, आपके मन में obvious एक क्वेश्चन आ रहा होगा कि फार्मर्स को एनपीटी कंटेंट का नॉलेज नहीं होगा,
So for that, what we will do is we collaborate with soil testing agencies. India में right now there are many soil testing agencies. We collaborate with them and हम उनसे कहेंगे कि आप हमें इस region में जैसे मान लीजिए 100 या 500 गाँव के soil का data दीजिए, so that we can function properly. Now this makes us implementation ready. अब जैसे startup की बात कर रहे हैं तो we should talk about revenue generation also. We cannot ask the farmer to pay us, and for this what we will be doing is we will be reaching to seed and fertilizer manufacturers, and हम उनसे कहेंगे कि आप हमें जो आपका जो प्रोडक्ट है हमें लेस कॉस्ट में प्रोवाइड करो, जिससे हम फार्मर को भी लेस कॉस्ट में दे सकें, and in between we can cut out our margin. So अब अगर हम बात करते हैं अपनी जो हमारी R&D टीम है, रिसर्च डेवलपमेंट टीम, वो इस पे कंटिन्यूअसली वर्क कर रही है, डेटा कलेक्ट कर रही है, and we are also in contact with IAR USARO, which is a government organization, and हम उनसे भी कांटेक्ट में हैं. They are ready to provide data for another region of India. And साउथ के लिए we are still researching कि कौन सा organization है जिससे हमें डेटा मिल सकता है. अब बात करते हैं कि फार्मर हमारी बात क्यों मानेगा, because उनको उनके ट्रेडिशनल मेथड से बहुत बिलीव होता है. So what we will do marketing के लिए villages में क्या होता है, सरपंच एंड पंचायत इसमें इन्फ्लुएंशियल लोग होते हैं जिनकी बात फार्मर्स मानते हैं. So we'll reach out to them, हम उनको अपना आइडिया बताएंगे. And Mandeep is from farming background, so हमने already farmers को 15-20 farmers, so I know ये थोड़ा small number है, but हमने उनको pitch किया था and they like our idea and they were like ये अगर implement होता है तो it will be very beneficial for them. So this is about Fresh Start Agro, our startup. We are open to questions.
So अभी you guys just articulating this and try to consult with a couple of
Yes, sir. So sir, our prototype right now is in development stage. And testing के लिए what we have done, Mandeep का तो we have scouted 2-3 areas in Aligarh and we have scouted 2-3 areas in Haldwani, it's near Nainital. So वहाँ पे जाके we'll do our testing जिससे हम अपनी accuracy increase कर पाए and then we launch it in the market.
testing plan.
So testing we are planning in the next 2 to 3 months because हमें अपने पहले अपने model की accuracy we have to we aim to increase it to 95%. As of now we are getting accuracy of 80%. Yes.
I like that you have identified the problem.
Yes, sir.
But I don't like the solution.
Sir, so in this domain, precision agriculture domain में agriculture right now is the leading मतलब GDP में सबसे ज़्यादा contribution agriculture का ही है. And this domain
मैं समझता हूँ
yes sir.
मैं कह रहा हूँ कि आपकी problem तो आपने identify कर ली.
Yes sir.
But the solution is that you are telling them how much fertilizer and what kind of fertilizer to use.
And so we are also telling them
Going forward as an investor, right? I'm not looking at these kind of solutions for agri.
Sir, so हमारा
I'm looking for more organic and more natural solutions for these kind of issues. So I don't want that you identify a solution and then you find not a solution but a problem. Instead of finding a solution to a problem, you actually found a problem and creating further problem.
So
This is the biggest issue in agriculture, that over fertilization of soils, right?
So we are not.
That's why everyone is moving to organic. We all pay 30-40% higher MRP for buying organic products.
So sir, हम basically जो हमको बता रहे हैं, we are telling them the crop. And अगर if they
यही को बता रहे हैं कितना fertilizer डालोगे आप? अगर आधा किलो डाल रहा होगा एकड़ में, वो तो आपकी कहने पे डालने का 5 किलो.
सर तो मतलब फर्स्ट हम कोशिश करेंगे कि आपका जो ऑर्गेनिक वाला
I would have liked if you had come up with a solution which was organic, not fertilizer based.
So we'll look into that.
The whole world is moving out of this. And now you are coming out with a solution which is encouraging the use of fertilizer rather than discouraging the use of fertilizer.
Sir, not really encouraging the use of fertilizer, but sir, हमारा ये था कि we are telling them कि मतलब unnecessary fertilizer use ना हो, जिसकी need है खाली वही चीजें use हो.
Fertilizer की कंपनी डालेगी अपने पैसा हम लोग करेंगे.
Mr. Government say
Yes.
strategy की बस डाल सकते हैं.
And yes. So we try to explore the
For them, it's a good thing. You are identifying
yes.
where the fertilizer is required. And अभी जो farmer है वो देखता है crop उसकी पिछले crop के experience से फिर वो next crop में उतना fertilizer डालता है.
Yes.
So you are telling them a more scientific way. That shows that.
So organically we
But the organics
yes, sir.
solution to this, then you are home in the sense that see when you are looking for investment,
Yes.
investor is looking at
More sustainable.
what
Yes.
is sustainable, what is the trend going forward, what kind of market would exist for these kind of agri products.
Yes.
So you should come out of the solution which is
More sustainable.
more
Yes.
sustainable.
Yes.
Everyone is moving towards sustainability, climate tech, right? So you should actually call yourself a climate tech company and come out with a solution for.
Yes, so we'll definitely look
You
at
should
that.
identify areas where fertilizer is being used, where it should not be used, or not necessary to be used.
Sure.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Instead of saying that you use fertilizer, you should say that instead of using 5 kgs, you should actually, what your soil requires is only half a kg. So you should be positioning yourself in that you are reducing the use and optimizing the use of fertilizers and chemical based growth.
Yes, sir.
You people are from Bennett only. No?
Yes, sir. We are from Delhi.
So we can continue. We will.
The Indian fashion scene right now, in high fashion and streetwear, it's booming right now. The market is growing exponentially. Look at all these brands. These are Indian brands that are famous outside of India. The amount of social presence that they have is absurd outside of India. So these brands don't sell on Amazon or Myntra. They have their own platform. Why is that? Because if you buy something on Amazon, Amazon doesn't preserve your brand identity. If you buy the shirt from Amazon, I ask you where did you get it from? You would say Amazon, not the company that made it. Exactly. So I am building a platform where you can actually, the brands can actually show what they're doing. And it is a very tedious process to buy something on Instagram. So you see a product that you like. There's a lot of friction between actually seeing it and then buying it on the website. You have to register. If 1,000 people see your product, only 100 will go to your website. Only 10 will register. Only 1 will buy. That is a loss of both the seller and the buyer. That is a gap that I am trying to fill with Swift. Swift is a social e-commerce platform where social media is integrated with e-com. Now there is a paradigm shift in how Gen Z buys clothing. Instead of buying clothing on Amazon, they don't know what they need. So they follow brands on social media, and when they drop something, they go and rush and buy something.
Sorry to interrupt. They actually follow fashion influencers, not brands.
Yeah.
उससे धंधा है.
Like Blue Orange, jaywalking, and the influencers that actually promote them as well. So this is a platform where both influencers and brands can promote products, and you can buy directly from the app. This is the app. This is you get a lot of discovery when you are on this app instead of individual websites, because you don't go to individual restaurants websites and you basically eat out from. You open Zomato. This is the same thing for fashion. We also handle the shipping, the logistics, the warehousing of these products for small MSMEs because it makes it easier for them to focus on the product. The app has a AI generated feed that recommends you what you would like based on social media. So you can follow the brand that you like, and you will get recommendations. So it's I'm trying to create a culture around streetwear and high fashion in and outside of India.
I just have a question. Why you are not targeting India?
I am targeting India.
Just you said outside India.
India and outside India.
First
All over
of
the
all,
world.
you should target India.
Yeah, I'm targeting
population.
India.
Or
Exactly.
influencers से कमी नहीं, and you are sitting in Delhi NCR. I can arrange influencers.
These are all brands that are started in India only. These are Indian brands. I'm focusing on Indian
from
brands.
Bennett, ना?
Yeah.
चलो, इसको भी करना. हम तो पक्का करेंगे लोगों के साथ. Influencers हम onboard करेंगे. आकाश चोपड़ा, जतिन के influencer हम नहीं बनाए. You know, we spend money on them. Now brands are giving them 5 lakhs per video.
Yeah.
Influencer लेके आएंगे कोई नहीं.
For example, these are some of my competition. So if you look at Trell, if you look at Hype, they are trying to do the same thing with influencer marketing. I am doing that with entire dashboard, entire what do you call? I handle their shipping as well. I handle. They don't have a social aspect to it.
What's your present revenue? Kuch ye revenue?
It's in later stages. I am in talks with 33 brands right now. I talked to Blue Orange. They were interested in this, and even Myntra is trying to do something similar. But I don't think Myntra will succeed in this because the demographic that we are trying to hit with this kind of marketing, this kind of model, they don't really think that Myntra has those brands because these brands don't sell on Myntra. So they are trying, and I think that makes validate the idea that this is something that we can.
Delhi के brands भी onboard हो जाएंगे. Megan वगैरह. ज़्यादा दुगनी लेंथ अपना है. You don't worry. आप आगे revenue की बात करो.
Sir, about revenue, I haven't. The app isn't live yet, but
so when you are going to launch?
In March. Yeah, it's a later development. It's done. I have talked to around 60 companies, like 60 brands. Out of them, 20 are very interested, and 15 are saying that they would need to see the prototype first, which is fair.
Right now, how much do you need?
Sir, I was thinking for 70 to 80 lakhs for talent acquisition and marketing.
देखो मैं पैसा देने के लिए तैयार हूँ. अभी कुछ दिख नहीं रहा है. हवा में दूंगा पैसा. कितना लोगे?
Sir, I came.
दिख नहीं रहा है मेरे को. And you are from Bennett. You are not from IIT. कि कुणाल सांगे हो कि हवा में ब्रांड से पैसा उठा पाओगे. बताओ.
So my ask is 70 lakhs or 7% of the company. I mean, we can negotiate. I don't know how to actually get an evaluation without, yeah. This is the market size.
ये मार्केट तो मुझे पता है. मेरा खुद का मर्चेंडाइज बिकता है. वो भी हम यूजर्स को फ्री में देते हैं.
So I was trying to start my own brand as well. These are problems that I face.
Branding में.
You're quite fashionable yourself. You should do your own brand.
You know branding.
I do. I have my own brand. And these are the problems that I face.
You know branding भी बना लेंगे. उसको intellectual property में protect भी करेंगे. Because I was first guy to argue copyright matter as a passing on. तो IP भी expertise है मेरा. तो brand को भी बना सकते हैं. लेकिन पैसा जो आप मांग रहे हो वो ज़्यादा मांग रहे हो. उसका क्या होगा करने? क्योंकि अभी देखो एक तरीके से कुछ नहीं है.
हाँ जी.
ठीक है. I think you will.
I have the app ready. But yeah, there's no revenue.
तो एक काम कर सकते थोड़ा पैसा ले लो और बाकी स्वेट में देख लेंगे. क्योंकि कनेक्शंस के लिए I can help you. आपको लगता है कि मैं बातें कर रहा हूँ तो मेरे बारे में रिसर्च कर लो. और DC का धर्मा कॉर्नरस्टोन की इस साल वन ऑफ द हाईएस्ट पेइंग क्लाइंट है. उनको कमीशन तो धर्मा वगैरह सबको ऑनबोर्ड कर सकते हैं. तो देखो ये सब भी चाहिए होगा आपको ब्रांड बनाने के लिए.
And then down to talk. Any questions?
Do you want to offer unsync on the platform?
Once the platform is live, then we can give them customer. But at this point in time,
तभी मैंने बोला अभी मैं मेहनत करूँगा तो थोड़ा तो कम होगा.
Yes, it's going to be live in March. I was planning for January release, but they extended that.
देखो इसमें पैसे के लिए मेहनत बहुत करना है और वो मेहनत करने के लिए तैयार है.
I've been working on this for the last 1.5 years.
तो हम देर में इन्वेस्ट तो करेंगे ना. अभी आईपी वगैरह कुछ लिया आपने? ट्रेडमार्क वगैरह? देखो अभी एक हेल्प करने के लिए हमें चाहिए होगा आपको. तो ऑलरेडी निकाल लिए ना ऑब्जर्वेशन. बाकी प्लेटफॉर्म जब लॉन्च हो जाएगा ये लोग है ना पैसा देने के लिए उसके बाद. और आपके बेनेट में ना काफी सारे फैशनिस्टा है. ये आई हैव नोटिस. लेकिन मैं इस कैंपस में शायद 2 या 3 बार आ चुका हूँ. ठीक है. लेकिन मैं पार्किंग से यहाँ तक आता हूँ. बहुत फैशनिस्टा है. तो यहाँ से इन्फ्लुएंसर बना सकते हैं. यहाँ से इन्फ्लुएंसर करना है ना वो ऑलरेडी मैं रोड में बना चुका हूँ. लेकिन यहाँ पे पैसा ज्यादा मांग रहे हो. ठीक है. बाकी तो आप सोच सकते हो तो आया नहीं.
तो पैसा मिलता है तो ले लो. ये 70 में बोला 7%
negotiate.
और ऊपर से भाई स्वेटी
आप 35 लो और
स्वेटी ड्यूटी भी देना आईटी के एक्सपर्टीज लेके
Okay, how about 50 lakhs for
तो पैसे का फिर बात नहीं करो
Okay, ठीक है sir.
तो
Thank you
अभी
so
कुछ
much.
नहीं
You can go there.
Neglect of the way we walk in general. This has led to an increase in the podiatric ailments of the country by a terrifying rate. In India, more than 77 million people suffer from one form of podiatric ailment or the other. These can start as low as a bruise, a blister, a foot ulcer, even a small heel pain can lead to a varicose vein, and much more. In multiple cases, these can aggravate to irreversible nerve damage, major organ failures, and amputations. In 2021 alone, more than 5 lakh people lost one portion of their foot or the other because of these diseases. This left the person dependent on the loved ones. More than this, these diseases are agnostic to your economic strata. Like many, Mr. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, the big bull of India, also suffered from this podiatric ailment. He fought bravely but fell ill due to the foot ulceration caused. That is a major podiatric ailment. More than this, I truly wish that money was a solution. But at this point of time, early measure and precautionary causes that need to be given to the person is the need of the hour. Which is why data can save lives. According to widely recognized studies, continuous electrical muscle stimulation can reduce the risk and the pain of any podiatric ailment by up to 60%. More than that, up to 43% of the people feel a lower pain when they are given electrical muscle stimulation. So previously, what used to happen? A discomfort in a person's walking style used to come because of a discomfort in their movement. So what do? You walk differently, or you stop walking altogether. But in the case of operation, a clinical assistant or a doctor needs to check your foot to check whether there is an ulcer formation or not. This, if not treated, can lead to neuropathy. And neuropathy is, so basically what I'm trying to say, if you can't feel the discomfort in your feet, you can't find the disease that is bothering you. Viva Feet changes this situation. We remove the requirement of a conscious decision to be made. Our SOC continuously monitors the 6 most vulnerable spots of your feet using embedded temperature and pressure sensors. In addition to this, we monitor the way you walk, that is your gait. In case of any abnormality that is caused, we give you electrical muscle stimulation with the frequency, intensity, and the area of stimuli according to your health issue. This is done real time. In addition to this, a foot ulcer patient gets an alert 21 days before the clinical manifestation of an ulcer even begins. We also provide them with electrical stimulation which terminates the development of the ulcer altogether. So what is required from your end? Just wearing a device. That's all. No conscious decision. These merits were confirmed in a proof of concept study of more than 60 podiatric patients led by Dr. Suri, the president of the Indian Podiatry Association. The study revealed a 30% increase in the blood flow rate and a 40% decrease in the pain that the patient felt. This is the market that I'm talking about. The global podiatry ailment market is an valuation of rupees 12.9 trillion and a growth rate of more than 20%. Now this market obviously has a couple of competitors. We begin with a temperature plate, which is extremely bulky and requires a clinician assistance. In addition to this, TENS or EMS machines do provide a form factor to heal your patients, but again, medical assistance is the need of the hour for even these devices. Hypobaric oxygen therapy is also an option, but these presents more problems rather than solutions. These can lead to oxygen poisoning and major lung damage. Viva is able to provide all of these issues and resolve them with a pay-per-use model, which is as low as 3,299 for a year for 6 pairs of stock. In addition to this, we move ahead with a go-to-market strategy in which we aid out to pharmacies and the medical professionals, that is our conventional sales, so that we can cater to the elderly. Viva emerges as a brand with social media marketing led by Dr. Siddhant Bhargav, which has more than 25 lakh followers on social media. This is a roadmap for the next month. Viva right now is raising its pre-seed round of 1 crore. We have already raised 35 lakhs from Bairak Seed, FIT Delhi, Maybe Tide, and Aspa Foundation.
Our roadmap is we shall move ahead with a regulatory pathway, and by July 2023, our source will be out in the market. Now, this is the team behind everything. With final year biotechnology students from NSUT Delhi, we have Ritik, Akinchan, Animesh, and Vishwa. We have a medical advisor, Dr. Amarpal Suri, the president of the Indian Podiatry Association. More than that, we have Dr. Snam Margav, our social media advisor, with a following of 25 lakh plus health conscious users. Thank you for your patience, panel. We are open to questions now. Right, so Akinchan is wearing one of the prototypes that I just mentioned about. You can see the electrical stimulation going through his corpus right about now.
What's your target audience?
Anyone facing any podiatric ailment, so like a diabetic, a patient who's suffering from foot ulceration, a diabetic patient, even more than that, anyone who has minute heat problems as well. So let's just say you come, the technique suggestion that you feel in your feet. So any pain of that sort can also be addressed by this TENS machine.
So it's linked to an app or whatever it is. Okay. Then who offers the solution or the cure? We do. You don't do that. It's not that you have to go to a podiatric doctor or podiatric.
Your podiatric consultant will be in the loop, but what we are doing, we are first giving you warning. Not only that, once we find out that that this particular part of the feet has the probability of having an ulcer, we start increasing the blood flow rate of that particular area, thus avoiding the complication altogether.
How do you increase the blood flow?
Through electrical muscle stimulation. So we stimulate that.
That's built into this.
Yes. So if you would like, is that working? Yeah. You'll be able to see that this calf is moving a bit. So your calf is actually a blood pump.
Yeah.
Whenever you sit, you ask that all of who is our target customer.
What are you suffering from?
I'm not suffering from demonstrating. What's the product iteration you will need to be able to make it more seamless looking without the...
Yes. So right now we are developing the sock ourselves, but we have shortlisted few forms that can, right now the product is at 70%, but taking it to 100% in a much more sleek form factor, we think that a 6-month timeline is feasible for us.
Have you filed for patent?
Yes. So we have filed for 3 patents. Okay. The first one is for the software design. The second one is of the reader because as we mentioned that there is no automation, there is no learning curve. You just have to wear the sock. For that we have to adjust to your skin.
So what is the status of the patent?
So all 3 of them are pending right now because we started around 3 months ago.
It got published?
Paper got published.
What's the background of each one of you? How did you not this
IP rights protect
product or this venture?
So all 4 of us are from biotechnology. Okay. We are a 4th-year student at NSUT Delhi. Apart from it, Ritik has core expertise in machine learning, while I do the research and development, while Akinchan and Vishwa are majorly taking care of the product development and the hardware development perspective.
How about if this some of these large sneaker manufacturers come out with this innovation and put the sensors in the shoes? Would that not create a disruption in your?
So, sir, this our main USP right now is not only early warning and detection, for which we have already filed for the patents, but is the removal of a learning curve. So right now, even if you are wearing a stopper, there are TENS machines right now also that do the electrical muscle stimulation. But for a person who is not tech savvy, he has to first find out the point that you have to electrically stimulate. Second, as you just mentioned, these sneaker companies, they do not take care of the calf. They are not able to reach till here.
I have a suggestion for you. Instead of selling socks and manufacturing socks, license your IP like.
Sure.
Yes, you can. If you get IP, okay, you can license your IP to Nike. There are a lot of companies. उसमें आपका ज़्यादा पैसा है.
And how long do you have to wear it and how often?
So for the sock to be effective, you have to wear it for an hour every day. And You can wear it anytime.
Anytime. While sleeping, you can put it on and then it will track your.
Even while judging, you can.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Then what will be your sales channel? How would you sell these products? Through
so we are opting for two different sales channels right now. One is the social media. Why we are targeting social media right now is because there are a lot of young ones who are into social media who wants to take care of their parents. Because once we started developing our shop, our first consumers were our own parents only. Because they were suffering from podiatric illness. So I think the first channel will be the social media, wherein we already have a reach of around 25 lakh users, those who are into the health content with the help of Dr. Siddhant Barlow. Moreover, on the conventional sales channel, we have Dr. Anil Iyer. Mr. Anil Iyer, he was already Chief Commercializing Officer of GSK India, helping us lead our conventional sales, wherein we directly target doctors. Now, doctors we are targeting with the help of Dr. Suri and the Indian Podiatric Association that has already an established network of 4,000 plus doctors.
No, it's a good space, I think, because it has probably the largest for diabetic patients. Largest number of patients are in India, and the least amount of actually diagnostic or anything spent is on the diabetic part of it. And so there's an opportunity. At the same time, the challenge you will have is obviously the challenge. How do you reach out to potential customers of yours? And the pricing, I think your pricing looks high.
That's the reason I said they can generate money from IP.
Yeah. So the pricing
Big
looks high
companies,
for
so they can
anyone
sell
to
their
invest in this to first get convinced about it. You have to invest about 3,500 rupees almost a month. Right?
But these people tend to spend almost 1,000 every month on their podiatry. So we went to consult Dr. Suri in his own facility. So he told us that for hyperbaric oxygen therapy, you have to almost spend 3,000 a month. And those who are suffering from these kind of ailments like foot ulcers, they have to regularly take them. So for them, our product will be a better option because not only it will be easy to use, but at the same time it will be a cheaper option for them.
Have you done any research or any data that to what extent does it prevent you from getting to that stage where you need to get oxygen therapy?
For hyperbaric or for us?
No, for a normal person with diabetes, right? How much? What's the success rate of? 90% of the people will not have ulcers, or what is it?
Okay.
What's the success rate? I don't know how to.
Prevention
rate or whatever you want to.
So around 40% of diabetics are bound to have neuropathy.
Yeah.
And out of those 40%, around 20% manifest a foot ulcer once in their lifetime.
20%, right?
Yes.
So if someone wears it, will if everyone in that diabetic patient start wearing it, so would that 20% come down to 7%, 10%? To what extent it can get?
So yes, every person who has neuropathy is consulted to wear socks so that it can protect the lower region of their feet. So yes, will be helpful for the 40% of the diabetics. Moving on, our market is not limited to diabetics. It's for anyone who's suffering from any kind of foot or knee pain. Not only that, anyone who has varicose veins or deep vein thrombosis. So there are a lot of podiatric ailments.
This also helps in PV.
Yes.
And how it is?
So it increases whenever you increase the blood circulation. So what happens whenever your calf is being stimulated? What it does, it forces the pulse wave velocity increases. Now this helps you to actually increase the blood flow to the lower limbs, and those clots and those plaques that are being formed, they are being pushed. So whenever a clot is formed in DVT, the end stage is when a clot is formed, right? So when the first stage is if the blood flow to that region is constantly high, there is a chance that the clot formation is not. The clot does not cause the clot does not block the whole artery because there is an increased blood exposure to that region.
But if there is a clot, right, in calf process, it's an issue.
Yes, sir. So what we are doing is trying to prevent. If you already have it, then that's for the doctors to take care of. We are here to early monitor and prevent.
If it is preventing, in case like, especially in the early stage, right, where the
First we find out the blood flow is hampered.
Okay.
So we find out that the blood flow to these limbs are hampered, and then we start taking care of that.
So it stimulates the nerve on its own, or you have to switch it on?
No, it's completely automatic. So
even if one realizes that it needs to stimulate it and stimulates the nerve.
What's that?
The stimulator which he's wearing
Starts on its own, or it starts on its own. So as soon as
what threshold would it start on its own?
So it depends on 3 thresholds. First is if you're setting for more than 2 or 3 hours. Once the soft detects that you have been inactive for the past 3 hours, it will start on its own. First thing. Second, if it detects that there is any bruise or inflammation on the lower part of your feet, that means that that thing should be resolved as soon as possible. So it makes sure that whenever you are at rest, the proper stimulation is being provided to maintain the blood flow.
So if you are resting for a while, like say you're on a long flight, right, those things happen. So it will stimulate on its own.
Yes,
you don't have to worry about walking up and down the aisle and
no, sir.
exercising.
That is our final use case for any person who has who has to maintain his blood circulation at the same time has a desk job or
So can it cut down on physical exercise?
Sir,
if I have to walk 5 kilometers to prevent this from happening, can I not walk and just depend on your stimulator?
Sir, 5 kilometers is not the threshold for you to maintain your blood circulation. Why doctors suggest that you have to walk or jog is because so that your blood your calf gets pumping and start circulating the blood throughout your body. But we can't say that it will be as the calorie burn will be the same. No, because you are just using one calf muscle. On the other hand, when you are doing any kind of physical activity, all of your muscles and the load on the muscles are different. So the calorie burn won't be the same, but the effects will be the same.
The effect will be the same, right?
Yes.
And that's what I'm looking for. In the sense that the famous 10,000 steps which you need to take, right? By having your stimulator on the sock, right? Can I cut down that 10,000 steps to 2,500 steps a day?
Sir, this I'll only comment once we go through our clinical studies that are going to be conducted after 2 months. Because right now, if I'll be saying, I'll be just.
How long has this been going on, the clinical study? You already are doing it, right?
We have completed a proof of concept study. So this was an academic trial. But for going through, CDSCO, getting the regulatory part done, we have to do a proper full-fledged trial that is whose protocols are already like CDSCO approved those protocols. So that will be done in the next 2 months.
And would you need any regulatory approvals for this product?
Yes, sir. So we will be a Class B medical device, and we are going to start a regulatory timeline after 2 months, as I just mentioned, and that will be done in Trivandrum with Dr. Jyotidev Pesapuri in his directed research institute.
How much are you looking to raise now for?
So right now we are looking to raise 1 CR, and out of it we have already raised 33 lakhs.
You have raised 33.
Yes.
And whom have you raised it from, angels or family, friends?
Right now it's from grants and buyback
Grants. So grants are grants. You are not parted away with your equity. You have a company already formed, or you're still?
We have already formed the company.
So all of you have equal shareholding in that
Yes,
company, so 25 each.
Right now we have also given some part of the equity to Dr. Siddhant Bhargav, some part to Dr. Suri.
So how much is it the founders now?
So founders have around 95%.
95%. 5% you have given to your influencers and advisors.
Yes.
Okay. Good. I can look at it. I'm not too sure at this point of time because it's slightly too early and the regulatory process can take its own course and takes a long time to get these things clear. Right? So I have to probably sit with you and see that what stage you are at and when will you get your regulatory approvals, and then selling it becomes secondary. That is the next step. First hurdle would be your product for your clinical trials, and then your regulatory approval.
So just to add to one thing that Animesh mentioned, so once you get any of these diseases like foot ulceration or DVT, the person after the amputation or even post that amputation still needs to wear this sock. So doctor does tell them to wear or monitor their regions again. So in a 10-year timeline, a person who faces an amputation is more bound to face another one. So people who already have podiatric ailments will already wear the sock because it's recommended by the doctors themselves.
Right. No, I see the market. I see the potential. I also see the addressable market. Only thing is at what stage should an investor commit to you is what needs to be seen. One is that if you have a successful clinical trial, that could be one milestone where we put the money in, right? We ideally would like to wait till your regulatory approvals come.
But I have a question before that. How would you wash the socks with the IoT device?
So the reader is removable. So you can just remove the reader and throw the sock into the washing machine.
But you said you have sensors on the sole also, right?
Yes, sir. Those are completely washable.
Those are washable. And does it need a battery or something, or how does it?
So the battery is inside the reader itself.
Oh, so it's here. So what does it read actually? What does
Can you just take a screenshot of the app? You know, when you are measuring breeds. Oh, you don't have that?
It's not in that pitch, but we do have.
So what do you measure?
So we measure temperature, pressure, and how the way you walk.
Temperature, pressure, and
the way you walk. Gait. So basically, the last step will be like, if you are walking in, let's just say like this, heel to toe. So I detect that the two most vulnerable spots of your feet are the heel and the toe. So whenever you sleep, what I'll do, I'll make sure to, speed the recovery of at least those two particular regions.
So you can be so specific, right?
Yes, sir. It is on the six parts of the feet. Can you just open it?
Yeah, that I've seen, 6 parts. So you can actually reach those 6 points.
Yes, and stimulate those
six points, right?
Yes.
Yes, you're asking is about 70 lakhs. This you have already raised 2 grants. How many more grants will you get till you get your clinical trials?
So right now we are talking to several ventures like Succeed Venture, but we are more focused on the BIRAC big grant because we have already been finalized. Like we have already been selected for the final expert committee. So yes, we are hoping that we would be able to get that also. But anyways, these 33 that we have raised up until now will help us develop a product, and we'll be able to conduct.
So you got 33, you will get 50, right?
That's still in the pipeline. That's still in the pipeline.
20.
And what's the valuation?
So right now the BIRAC seed has valued at a 5 crores.
So I don't think.
Sure. If sir go ahead, you have to also participate. If sir gives you go ahead, you also have to participate. मतलब अगर कुछ sir personally start.
Sure, because anyway, these 1 crore that we are giving, these are for for us to have some sort of clinical evidence, like regulatory done. But at the end of the day, what our aim is, this will be a single-centered trial, and this is our bare minimum, so that we can get the product out into the market and get it commercialized. But to generate more evidence around the product, we will have to do multi-center trial and again raise money for it.
But who does what in this scheme of form?
So I am the one who
let them say what they.
I handle hardware development and.
So this is developed by you. Is this hardware? Or is it not hardware?
It is a hardware.
So this is what you develop.
More or less. I outsource something that I didn't understand, but the rest was development.
But just tell me a little bit about your background.
I am a 4th-year biotechnology student, and I've been working with Bennovate for the last 3 months as the company was founded. I had a keen sense of interest in the field of hardware development, so I took on that role. And I think I can.
All 4 of you are together in the same class, right?
Yeah. Yes. Hi, my name is Akinjan, and I'm working on the software and web and app part of the startup. I basically am the tech guy of the startup. I handle all the technology,
the coding part. Basically.
So you're also the animal where everything is tested on.
Yeah. So I am the one who is more involved in the research and development of the product itself. Secondly to that, yes, that's more or less my role. Because I've been, all these 3 patents are one thing that's under my purview, and I am the one who is handling the research part and the development.
So I handle the algorithm development, the intensity, the frequency, or the research stimuli algorithm has been made by me. More than that, getting the clinical trials sorted, so the dosage of the patient, getting the doctors on board, and getting the trials sorted, that is my role.
And do you guys have any other product in mind besides this? You've done this, done with this, it goes into the sales channel, someone will manufacture it, someone will sell it. So what would be your role? Because you people are more biotech kind of students and then probably go into developing more products. So have you people thought what would be your next product?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So the reader, our main USP right now, apart from early warning and detection, is the automation of part. Now, there are test machines already in India. A lot of them are. But what we are doing, we are not only just stimulating. What we are doing is we are able to detect the strength of that particular set of muscle. So right now, if you are wearing it on your calf, I'll be able to tell you, what your calf muscle strength is this much when compared to other people of the same BMI. This product can be metamorphosized later into a patch. Now, this patch you can wear on any part of your body, and any person who goes to gym or any fitness enthusiast, those who want to actually track their muscle building. Right now, what they do, they try to seek a cosmetic change. That is by flexing their muscles. Right. But what we will be able to do, we'll be able to tell them that, in the past 1 week, there was 2% increase in your muscle strength. There was 3% increase in your muscle endurance. So what you're doing is right, and we should keep on doing that. Or if the case is just opposite, then we'll again be able to suggest it. And one more use case will be those who are bedridden, those who are not very active. So what we'll also be able to tell them that your muscle strength, the calf muscle strength right now is so low that if you put on 3 or 4 more kgs, your body won't be able to support it, and you will, succumb to the podiatric illness, the knee replacement surgeries and all.
Right. Sure. So I think you should get in touch with us and then we probably take it forward. Right?
We will see that. So not directly, but we are in talks with several business partners because we found out that this was the only thing not present in our core team right now. So we are talking to a few business and sales guys. But we do have right now Mr. Anil Ayya, who was Chief Commercial Officer of GSK India. So he's mentoring us on that aspect.
So I think he went as a part of the founding team.
Yes, we are.
Someone who is strong sales and
yes.
It becomes a comprehensive team. You're a very product-driven team as such, so you get complementary skill sets.
Sure. We also identified the same issue, and we are directly talking to a few people to be part of our co-founding team.
One more thing, how well placed is this product for office who are, spending a lot of screen time on their laptops? And have you done some study on it? What's the benefit they get?
Yes. Can you open the benefits like the POC study?
Or is it only for diabetes and
No. Because who are suffering from diabetes have a burning need for the product. But once we get to those people, again, the social media channeling will be in such a way.
So what about the office workers and?
Yes, it is. It will be very helpful for them. Again, why? Because those who sit on chairs for a long amount of time, their blood circulation is drastically reduced. So what we can do while you are sitting, we detect that for 1 hour you have not been active, we'll start stimulating you for a few minutes and then we'll again sit. Yeah.
Actually, I'm Aditya from Yuva. Actually, we are working on a project called Crusher, which is for agriculture solution. Okay. So Yuva is just a team name, and our startup is Crusher. I'll explain what is Yuva team. Okay. So, what a bad will done, right? 1.39 billion customers, and we still dying. Actually, this represents the condition of farmers now. I hope you have gone through this news report by India. Have you gone through this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the condition of the farmers now, and that is because the supply chain that exists now. I want to take some extra time because I want to explain a lot of things. The supply chain before this, what the existing supply chain was like, the farmers had to go to a multi, to a middleman, and then sell their products, right? So the government got in and made an APMC model in which the farmers can go to the APMC and sell their product. So APMC model had three policies. One was that the farmers can sell their product only to the licensed buyers. And the second policy was that the farmers should sell their products only to an APM.
Okay, so can you accelerate it because we all know this because of the farmers' education. We all know that how it is.
Yeah,
we know the issues, what is that, right? So, go to your solution. Probably understand.
Okay. So I'll start here.
Yeah.
Combining the policy 1 and policy 2, the market is getting much smaller because they sell their product only to licensed buyers to the APM. They have no other market opportunity. So we are trying to address this. And if we see the policy number 3, it is also not a working model because MSP is not a legal mandate, it's just a guideline. So we are trying to address this. So here is where our start to come. We try to make a common platform for the farmers, for the consumers, and also the companies. So we are making the market more transparent, so we can make a market balance. So this is how it works. We have two models. One is for the consumers and one is for the companies. You can take a look at the black arrow. That is for the consumers, and the red is for the companies. Okay. So in our app, when a consumer makes a order, the order reaches us, and what we do, we have our own warehouses where the agricultural produce is stored and processed. So after the warehouse, what we do when we get an order, we make all fulfillment. We are literally like an Amazon. We make complete fulfillment and get it delivered to the customer. So when it comes, we have a contracted farming method in which the companies first list their quality standards to pass, and then they make a contract with the farmers. Like in the contract, we mention what is the quality of the produce they should make, what is the quantity, the farmer details, and everything, every other stuff, and it includes the initial fixing of the price that they will offer at the end of the produce. When it comes to the farmer side, they get to know what is the revenue they are going to make at the end. And when it comes to the industry side, they get an initial idea of what is their expense on the raw materials, right? So we have farmers and the solutions. We have our own project, another project called the Pragyan project. It is an A to Z drone project in which we make soil quality testing, crop health reports, nutrient suggestions, everything. We have primary preparedness. For that, we are making a model like an rainwater harvesting system. And we make agricultural waste management. Actually, this is a part of our research. We'll after this again. And we make storage facilities just like the Amazon warehouses. So what we do for the farmers is that when there is a drop of money, drop of drop of price in the market, we automatically suggest another potential market. So if there is a drop in the consumer market, we take it to the cost producer. So they get an extra income there. So we are not limiting only to the crops and the agricultural stuff. We are making it to the other poultry, grocery, meat and milk market also. Actually, explain as in simple. We are in the warehouse department. We are like an Amazon cloud service where we store and get it delivered when there is an order. And in supply chain, we are exactly like an Amazon. We store in our warehouses. We make the complete fulfillment process and get it delivered. And this is the supply chain model what we are proposing. And we are using blockchain technology to make a record of all the single transactions being done in our app. Because we should not lose the records, right? For that purpose, we are using blockchain here. And other all are the part of the drone. And we are trying to get a venture through government and some agriculture-based startups from institutions and supply chain ventures. We are trying to collaborate with IISc Bangalore. We have made a pitch there also. And we are trying to cooperate with IIT Kanpur, and we are trying to increase more agriculture-based startups. And these are potential customers. Those are Big Basket, GeoMart, and Baking for growers. And our advantage is that we have a clear supply chain model. We are trying to become a government entity, and also the competitions would also become our customers. Like brokers are having connection with the farmers, so we are also trying to make brokers as our customers.
and these three important things. Here is where the research part comes in. What is the market? So as I mentioned in the first slide, we have a 1.39 billion market for the agriculture products only in India. So our revenue sources from the market, from the companies, from the farmers, and also from the consumers like us. So we are running a campaign called Know Your Farmer, in which we had some research findings. I want to deeply explain what we have found because this is a problem of India or nation. Yeah. So we actually took some research all over the South India. And may I know, are you aware of some traditional Indian cooperatives? Let's take it like a conversation, not like a startup and an individual capital. Are you aware of any Indian cooperatives?
Yes, Amul.
Sorry?
Amul.
Amul, it's a cooperative.
Yes, it's a cooperative.
Sorry?
You're talking about cooperative society.
No. I'm talking about crop varieties. Yeah.
You know that.
Fruits which we get.
No, what we get is green.
I want to know, are you aware of the Indian crop varieties? Because I'm going to explain a big corporate mafia what has happened for India. Do you know?
Hari crop.
Sorry?
Hari.
No, that is a type of crop, not a crop variety. No.
What about a variety of wheat or barley is a variety of?
Okay, let's fix it to rice.
Yeah. Rice is a variety.
It's a crop variety. I'm talking about the variety of rice.
Variety.
Indian variety of rice.
Yes, basmati, tolai punji, miniket.
Are you consuming on daily?
Huh?
Are you consuming daily?
Basmati. No, I'm not consuming.
We have a lot number of Indian crop varieties which have been taken out of the market forcibly. Okay, this is a research finding. Are you aware of this Kauni HC? Black Kauni, red Kauni?
Yeah, so what about it?
Yeah,
Okay,
it is a
lots of varieties that are in the market.
Yeah. Actually, it is an Indian variety.
Yeah, what's your solution?
Actually, it is an Indian variety.
Why is it important to have those varieties?
Yeah, let me explain. It is an Indian variety, but we Indians have forgot it, but Americans and all the Europeans are eagerly consuming it because they have topmost medical benefits from that. Just Google about Kauni, you will get to know about all the medical benefits. Okay. So what we found is that there was a company called Monsanto. Those company came into India to promote their fertilizers first, and to promote their fertilizers, they reached the market, the farmers, and they said use of fertilizers in your feed. So the farmers tried to use those fertilizers, and Indian crops were not supporting. The basic property of the Indian crops was that they were too tall, but the crops we consume now are too short. So when the crops were too tall, we had another market for the shoot. When the crops were tall, we had three parts of the crop. One is the grain, one is the shoot, and another is the root. Okay. So when the shoots are high, we have another market where the farmers can cultivate these shoots and sell it to a cattle fodder market. Okay. So when these companies made this campaign and made those their own seeds to be sown in our soil, these crops become very short. So the complete market of the shoot has disappeared. We only have the market of the grain and the root. And the root is just an agricultural waste, right? So we only have the market of grain. What we are trying to do is that we want to bring this shoot part market back into the Indian culture. Because we are running more researchers to find more Indian varieties, so we can find more number of crops which can make a huge market. So that's what we are trying to do. And this is a business model canvas here. And we have approached the government also for a 12 lakh proposal to MSME and UT concept. And why invest in us? As I say, there was a big corporate mafia, and what we eat now are equal to poison. If we sow the Indian traditional crops in our soil, we can get more yield. We are trying to get back into the Indian culture and make it as a global market. That's what we are trying to do. And for our revenue part, we are depending on the farmers for the farmer-based solutions, for consumers like that, for the fulfillment process, and the corporate companies for their contracted farming. And this is our initiative. And I wanted to get to another one. Have you seen that some fruit fruits and vegetables these days.
I want to ask a question. Let me ask you a question. You're testing a knowledge about agri, which is very poor, to be honest.
No, it's not based on you, it's on the whole India.
What I want to understand is that you're trying to bring back the so-called Indian varieties back to the farmers.
Yeah.
Farmers are now got used to sowing these seeds, right? Because how will you bring the seeds back? Because that is you have to bring the seeds, right?
Yeah.
What I know of the agri is that the foreign companies which came in, there's a lot of debate that they brought seeds which are those are the seeds which are available to the farmer.
Okay.
The traditional varieties which we're talking about, which have longer shoots, right? Where are the seeds now for these?
We have actually we have done the research part only in the South India. These are the insights we got just from Southern India. What if we take the research all over India?
No, you can do the research. You can come to the same conclusion that the crop is shorter.
Okay. If you
want to grow your traditional varieties, which you're talking about the traditional Indian varieties, right? I understand where you're coming from, but how would you get the farmers to sow that Indian traditional varieties when the market has now moved out?
Actually, we are trying to bring
None
back.
of us even have heard of those varieties, right? So how would the farmer then say, if there's no market, why would he buy the seeds?
Actually, we have a culture. We have a culture of getting back into the organic, right? What seed I say, they are all the part of.
So what are you focused on? Are you focused on delivering the seeds, or are you focused on?
No. Actually, I mainly
focused on a crop which doesn't exist.
That exists. We are still sowing them. You can check your Google. We are still sowing the cow seed. It is.
Then how big is that market?
That's good. You can just Google the price of 1 kg cow meat.
No, I'm not interested in Googling. But tell me what's the market in the sense that for traditional varieties, as a percentage of the total market of grains, what is that market size?
Actually, we are getting into the market. We are getting into market research also. Currently, we are in the field research because we want to get more insight about the seed varieties. So if we see the market is in India is little short, but the market in the Europe is big.
Okay, Europe. Now who's going to export all these traditional things to Europe?
We are trying to get the support of the government directly.
Then go to the government, don't come to people like us.
Actually, I came here to get help in the part of research funding.
We are not the kind of people who will fund your research. Yeah. You should go to the government to fund your research. Yeah. So if you are raising money for research, then I'm sorry, we are not the kind of people who support a research. Right? So you should go to a government body who funds your research. Right? Then you say there is a market for this. And then you have to start from getting the seeds first for these traditional varieties.
We have the seeds.
Then you have the seeds and go, so what are you researching then?
No, actually I just already research part.
I think what happens to you, you're just asking too much questions. You're not answering any question of which you have raised yourself.
Okay, I'll try to answer many of the questions.
I don't know what problem are you trying to solve. You start with the market, you start with APMAC, then you come to traditional varieties which are actually in India.
Actually, I wanted
long shoot versus short shoot versus root versus grain, right? I am confused about what you're doing.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just made the research part a little bit. Actually, this is a solution. We are trying to create a common platform for the farmers, the company, and the consumers. And we are bringing back the Indian tall crops to just for the bringing the shoot market.
So what you're trying to do is you're creating a marketplace for the tall shoot grains.
No, we are creating a market for all the farmers, company, and consumers, and the tall shoot grains are part of this market.
So why are you so much emphasizing on tall shoots and research and all that? Because simply say you're creating a marketplace.
Actually, that is what our pitch is. But I wanted every person in
you confuse the shit out of us. What are your pitches?
I'm sorry about that.
You can be sorry, but you've lost the capital. You lost. I'm not interested in funding a person who's totally confused. It's a very simple thing which you're working on. You should just say you're working on a platform, right, which connects the consumer and the corporate buyers with the farmer directly instead of going through the mandi system.
Actually, yeah, but I wanted everyone to know about our research, what we have found, because I see more.
Find a journalist who publish the results of your finding. We are not interested in the finding of your research. We are interested in what solution are you providing. What problem are you resolving?
Actually, we are trying to make a marketplace that's common for
Yeah, you should just stick to that. Okay. Don't confuse anyone with your tall shoe, short shoe, boots and grains.
Varieties of rice. Varieties of rice.
Yeah, just say you're connecting the farmer directly with the consumer and getting him the right price.
Exactly, that's what we do.
And you started with that story about the guy who got 3 rupees for whatever onions he got. After walking how many miles? 400. Short slide said that. 420 miles. 420 kilometers. Solve his problem. That's it. Forget about everything else.
Yeah.
So you have to identify the problem, right, and then focus on solving that problem.
Yeah.
Right.
Actually, we are trying to solve the supply chain part, not the research part, but we are trying to raise more funds for research also. So I wanted to pitch that also. Because we get investment for a company.
You are doing a research which has nothing to do with this platform. Right? And two different things.
Yeah.
Traditional varieties of grains is a very different thing which you are trying to do, right?
Yeah.
That's a good cause you're working for. Yeah? You're making us eat what our forefathers ate.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe good for our health.
Yeah.
Right? So that's fine, that's a different thing. Right? But you started off by saying that this is what you're doing, and then you went out to your research, and then you ultimately say, I'm raising money for my research.
No, I'm not raising.
You could have said, I'm raising money for this platform, you would have got it.
Definitely, we are raising the money for this platform. What
But
are
you're
you
far away from creating this, because you're confusing your mind. I think you should do research, right? You're good for that. Forget all this.
Because we wanted to
Research, traditional varieties, bring it back. It may take you 2 generations to do it, but you'll succeed. In 1 generation, farmers don't change their habits. Farmer is the most difficult person to convince. Right? If you ask him if it's for the last 30 years, under the influence of all these foreign seed manufacturers, he has been sowing a particular seed. Right? He's been getting a good crop. He's been selling it in the mandi. Right? And because of the farmer's education, he even gets the MSP. He gets everything. Why would he ship?
At least we have a report saying that farmers not getting the MSP. Only 8%.
He's used to farming some one variety which is common to his village or his area. Right?
So when
Why would he shift?
Yes, sir. We don't want them to shift to the crops. We want to shift them to the market of us. We are not asking them to shift the crops, shift the market. As you said, I elaborated the part of research. That's my mistake. I completely accept it. But our solution is not the research; it's the platform.
Yeah. So focus on the platform.
Yeah, sure.
But you lost me because you confused mind.
I'm really
Someone
sorry.
else want to back in on that, it's fine.
Any points from you, ma'am, or sir? Otherwise, we'll just close this discussion.
Close it before we get confused.
Any point from you, Manas or sir?
I think take it as a feedback.
Yeah. I'll give you a feedback in the sense that it's when you face investors, you should be very focused on what you're looking for and what you're trying to solve.
Yeah.
Right? Don't get into all this that what's good for the country, what's good for the farmers, what's good for us, what's good for you, what's good for us.
So let's start the award ceremony. So I'm sure everybody is waiting with bated breath, and everybody has put in a lot of hard work. Before we announce, maybe not everybody knows me. The team is sitting there. So yeah, I'm Vinod Shastri. I'm heading the Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship here, and I'm also the Dean of Student Affairs.
Channel 2 go to a college or a university or even a school. To that I want to encourage people in not looking for employment rather than creating opportunities for employing more and more people. And I think there are certain winners, but those who don't win, it doesn't mean that your idea or your venture, right, is not fundable. I'm a firm believer that every idea is fundable, but by different class of investors and different kind of. So maybe that one of the things that you should take away from here is that you need to do a lot of research on whom you would approach for getting funding. It's extremely important. Right? Everyone doesn't invest in everything. Right? People focus. Like you had an excellent idea about. I didn't like it, right?
but there will be hundreds of others investors who would like it. Right? So you need to pick and choose the investor you go to. Right? So these kind of sessions you should take more, not that were you able to get money from us or not. That's not relevant. What you learn from our interaction, right? How would you go and change and modify your pitch is more important. Right? I like his excellent idea about not so much of fashion. I'm talking about the guy sitting next to you. I'll come to you later. Right? That we as Indians have moved out of from traditional variety of grains, right? Of eating, right? But and bring it to his effort is to bring back that traditional variety of grains back to the farmers so they start growing it. And I believe that yes, it could be good for us because that's what our forefathers have been eating. And we have moved out of that. That's maybe the reason why we are having so many lifestyle kind of issues. So I think there's like he's developing a fashion kind of a app, right? Good. His personality type suits it, right? So maybe there is someone who will back him up. You've got to back him, right? Has he given you the check as yet or no? Don't let him go without the check. Huh? He's not an easy guy to handle. Huh? And then I love the space idea. In my simple language, I like to my personal philosophy of investing. I have invested in a lot of people that have made money, right? And I think one of my first investments, I think the story would be that Mr. Vineet Jain, who is also the chancellor of this university, right? We were the first people to come out with the idea of internet in India. We launched Times Internet, which became IndiaTimes.com and all those. He was the first person who thought of taking media online. So which is TimesOfIndia.com, EconomicTimes.com, right? TheBharatTimes.com. All these were actually the ideas that were shown almost 15, 20 years ago. Right? So that kind of imagination is what we look for. My personal thesis investment is I've learned a lot by being part of the Bennett family. Right? They imagine things which seem like impossible. So everyone at that time told Mr. Vineet Jain, including his elder brother, Mr. Samir Jain, that why are you wasting your time and my money? Right? Because it was, print was a money generating machine. It continues to be a money generating machine. Times of India makes more money out of its time. But in terms of value, right, Times Internet probably has an equal value as its print business has. Right? So I think that was the imagination of Mr. Vineet Jain. Right? That we would create something which would be something bigger in the future. So I liked him, right, in the sense that I invest behind imagination. I don't invest behind an idea. I don't invest behind a profitable venture, right? Whether it's going to give me revenue or not, I'm least bothered. But as far as there is something which all of us at this today would believe is impossible to achieve, but if that impossible does become possible, then I know that I'm making 100 times what I invested. So out of the 10 impossible things which I invest behind, if one of them becomes possible, right, then I'm rich enough. So if you take the example of Elon Musk, for example, right, why is he the richest man in the world today? Because he imagined things which none of us could imagine. It was imagination, it was nothing else, that I'll make cars run on electric batteries, right? I'm going to get a man into space at 1/10 the cost of what NASA does, right? I'm going to get a chip in someone's mind which resolves his Alzheimer and his dementia, right? Which in the next 6 months he'll probably plant a chip in a human being. So these are imagination. If someone would have asked him that, is it possible? All of us would have said impossible. So why are people backing him? It's not that he has been tremendously successful. Because he has a certain imagination, right, which all of us 10 years or 50 years would have believed it's impossible, but he has turned into something which is possible. So you always get rewarded, right, whether you're an investor or you're a startup founder, you will always get rewarded for what you have imagined. So your journey starts from imagining. Your journey doesn't start from putting a pitch deck together. And how well are you able to communicate that imagination of yours is what you get the funding. So in a pitch session like this which we went, for example, I don't look at the deck at all. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at your body language. I'm looking at how convinced are you of what you're trying to sell us. So that's more important here. How you communicate, how you pitch, what's your body language like at that time, right? What kind of questions you're asking and what kind of questions you're answering. You have to put the question yourself because we don't know you. In 5 minutes, what will you do? So you have to say that these are the 5 questions I have and these are my 5 answers. So it's your answer, it's your question, right? So I think the pitches were very good. Some of these ideas are marvelous, right? If I had the money, right, I would have put money around all of you, including you, who's killing me. But you know, his pitch, they're putting more fertilizer in the soil. But it's still, but maybe that's not good for me ultimately, but it's good for the farmer, right? So I know that your addressable market is very different. But all of you had brilliant ideas, extremely brilliant ideas. I think don't give up hope. Where have I lost money is not because of bigger kind of a flawed idea. It was not that it was bad execution. It was not that we didn't give capital. Wherever I lost money is when the founders have given hope. Right? When the promoters and the founders like you give up. Right? And that's where I've lost the most money. Right? When the founders suddenly say, "Sir, hoga nahi." Right? बहुत थक गए 3-4 मेरा जो classmates थे, they become general managers, they become vice presidents. Someone has gone up to Singapore, someone has gone to Boston, right? So this competitive or social pressure from the peer group and from the society at large is something which you need to learn to cope with. A journey of an entrepreneur is not easy. It's extremely tough. So once you've entered this space, none of you, right, if you're really passionate about what you're trying to build, right, you'll never be able to go back to a job. You'll fail and start another thing, right? You'll fail, you'll start another thing. So I'm sure in the 3rd or 4th or 5th, you will succeed. And learn from each failure. Learn from each interaction you have with an investor. Right? Never think that investor is a fool. A lot of people who don't get invested in say, "Oh, yeah, pata nahi kya tha, iska ego kitna bada tha." So, nahi, he never heard me. Right? I had some good ideas, he never heard me. Right? The reason he's not hearing you is not because your idea is bad. Because he doesn't like your space. He's not an investor in that. So it's just that. So if someone cuts you short, right? Then you can say also thank you for your 2 seconds which you gave me. That's good enough, right? And go back home and then research that whom you should be talking to. You talk to a person who's willing to give you maybe a couple of hours. So I think it's been excellent, right? And I must say, Dr. Shastri has been worth my 2 hours of drive. and what a fabulous campus you guys have, right? I think you're lucky if you're students here, and if you're right, you're lucky to have and be fortunate to have such a marvelous, beautiful looking campus. And I know that when it does things, it does with scale and grand, right? And inside, right? If you like. If Vinny Jain was there, he would have invested behind us. So all the best, right? And all the best to the winners, and also all the best to people who do not get a check today from Bennett, but it's been great, right? So keep at your journey, right? Run faster, right? And it's a 100-meter race to begin with when you start. Right? And once you get funded, then it becomes a marathon, right? So it's all, whatever you see in the Olympics is all what we have to go through as an entrepreneur. You start with the sprint, then you have the hurdle race, then you have passing of the baton, and then you're running a marathon, right? And each stage of this, right, you have to seek a different investor. So when you're running the 100-meter race to get your first round, first seed funding, right, it's a different coach. So when you get into the hurdle, right, when you're struggling with your idea, when you're struggling with execution, right, when you're correcting your flaws, right, then you need a different coach who teaches you how to get over each hurdle. Once you have crossed that and then you are running the marathon, or getting the race to building a great business, then you need a different coach and a different investor. So look at it as an investor, not the guy who's giving you the money. Look at him as that he's your lifelong partner in your business. Right? He's the person you have to look up to for every guidance. Whenever you run into trouble, whenever you hit a roadblock, he'll be the best guy because he has skin in the game. You can come to Professor Shastri, he'll give you all the gyan. Right? But if you come to me, and because my money is involved, so I know, right? I have to give him the right advice. So the best advisor you can have is your investor. So all the best, right? So each one of you whom I am not investing behind, someone else is investing, right? My promise is that once you have reached a certain stage, get back to